watching the Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship, brought to you by our 2023 partners. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us all around the world for this production of the 2023 Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship. It's a pleasure to bring you coverage from Church Street Park. I'm Malhotra Patel. I'll be joined by Nate Hayes in a short bit of time, and we'll see the second match, the rematch between the Baltimore Royals and the Orlando Galaxy. If you remember yesterday's match, it went all the way up the Royals with bat, ball in hand. The Royals, they were able to bowl out the Orlando Galaxy for just 81 runs and chase it down in just 11 overs, so real ease for that match there. The Galaxy, it was their first match of the season, so they'll take it in a little bit with a grain of salt as they're trying to figure out their side and get back onto the right foot. For the Royals, it's a huge win in terms of the playoffs. When we talk about this Southern Division, it's loaded with incredible talent. You already talk about the two Atlanta teams being favorites, not just in the South, but you would have to say favorites in the entire competition, with the Lightning adding the likes of Udmukchan and Funny Samhadri to the leading run scorer in all minor league cricket and the leading wicket taker last season. And then for the Atlanta Fire, retaining Aaron Jones, Steven Taylor, and adding a guy like Obis Pinar to that lineup. So for the Baltimore Orioles to get that win and the run rate boost that it gave them, they're going to feel very good about what happened yesterday. You see the umpires walk onto the field. Again, I'm Malhotra Patel. I'm joined by Nate Hayes. Nate, the Orlando Galaxy, they'll have to do something much different from yesterday and try to rebound after a brutal loss.
Yeah, they've got a lot of work to do, and the mismatch seems pretty severe yesterday. Let's see if that was just a one-day thing or if Orlando is out here ready to go. They seemed like they were optimistic yesterday after the game, speaking with some of the players. And I think they did fight in certain stages in the game, and they can grow off of that accomplishment, however small it might have been.
No, absolutely. You mentioned it. They did fight, and they'll go ahead and field first. Yesterday we saw the Galaxy bat first, didn't favor them, and so maybe just a change in tactic there for the Baltimore Orioles. They'll go out with bat in hand and the same opening pair of Malhotra and Hrithik Behera. They'll start things off on this incredibly hot Sunday morning.
Yes, it's blistering hot here. And imagine how hot it must have been in Texas yesterday. We saw some amazing minor league action down there with Lone Star Athletics defeating the Dallas Mustangs. A little bit of an upset, you might say, but both of those teams very stacked with major league cricketers.
No, absolutely. You talk about the Mustangs having 8 or so major leaguers, and then you have the opening pair for the Lone Star Athletics and Nitish Kumar and Sanjay Angir to be 2 of their 4 major league players. So that Texas area is going to be packed, and I've heard from a couple of people they didn't expect the Mustangs to lose a game all minor league season.
That's right.
So for that loss to happen that early is a real big shock to many people.
And not just the loss happening early for them, but they got no net run rate advantage at all from their victory on Friday when they won in a super over.
Yeah.
And that was a shocking game as well. I talked to Brian Walters about that this morning, and he said it was one of the craziest games he's ever seen in his whole life. And we discussed this, how good that division is, how much cricket has changed in minor league cricket, how much the face of the league has changed in the last year. And we've got a short season this year. There's going to be 10 games to decide the playoff teams. We might see some 6-4, some 7-3 playoff teams, especially in the Pacific.
No, absolutely. Again, it feels like in the Pacific you could have teams just kind of beat each other up, and that would end up to maybe a record not being as great as maybe a Baltimore Royals or a Atlanta Fire or Lightning, just assuming that they get off to a good start. But that side awfully talented, speaking of that, talk about the 2 men in the middle. Both have represented the United States in different fashions. You talk about Hrithik Behera going down, making his debut in Florida against Ireland at Fort Lauderdale, where the India-West Indies T20 match is playing right now. And Jaskar Malhotra, of course, we know of his exploits with the bat.
Yeah, most definitely. And then in this division in the South, you mentioned 3 very good teams, Baltimore, the 2 Atlanta franchises. We also have Morrisville Raptors, who are right there they made the playoffs 2 straight seasons. So you might have some 6-4, 7-3 down here in the South as well, and it's really anyone's season.
And again, as we mentioned, the Baltimore Royals and that opening partnership for them will feature Behera, will feature Malhotra. And also for the opening bowling for the Orlando Galaxy, someone Nate was really impressed with yesterday, Devarshri Patel, showed an incredible ability to slant the ball away from the right-hander, coming left arm over. We'll see how he starts off today.
Yeah, I really enjoyed him yesterday. It's nice to get these emerging players. Only 23 years old. Here we go, first ball.
Starts full, starts on the offside, and it'll be a dot ball to get things off. And you mentioned for the Orlando Galaxy some positive signs. Devarshri Patel was one of them. The spinners were another, so maybe we see them a little bit earlier. But also what I thought was the intensity in the field. A weakness, however, was some of the execution of that intensity in the field.
You're absolutely right. They definitely put the effort in. The problem was we saw them lacking a little bit the knowledge of playing on an outfield like this, where you have to take the correct angles to the ball. We saw what we would normally see in some of the longer grass outfields.
This one hit firmly, brilliant from Ritvik Behera to bring up the first runs. Expected that one to be outside the off stump and placed it really well. There's 2 fielders in that area, but he pierced the gap between mid-off and short cover and will fetch the first boundary for the Baltimore Royals.
Probably a little bit too full there. I think early in the innings you're gonna want to put some doubt in the batter. Bowling a little better length here might help Dev.
Yeah. Again, when we talk about that from Devarshri Patel, maybe just a touch missing his length there. We saw the first one very, very full this time. As you see the wind in your camera screen there. This time just missing the length he's looking for and asked to be hit. Behera obliged. That's a better ball. That's a better ball. We're talking about the length. It's a similar line, but he's just pulled the length a fraction back. And again, with that angle that he's getting across the right-hander, is just asking the right questions on the outside edge.
Yeah, there was enough doubt in the batters' minds yesterday with the wicket not being incredibly flat that I think you don't want to overpitch it at this point.
Yeah, and I think that's also going to be a big question here. We saw the Orlando Galaxy struggle to get things going, and so for the Baltimore Royals, who did cruise to those 81 runs, what's the approach that they take now on the wicket? Again, hit hard, but this time it's taken. This time straight to short cover. Behera trying to replicate what happened on that second delivery, but all he could do was find the outstretched hands of short cover, and you could hear the roars early for the Galaxy. They knew they need to make early inroads, and they do so right there, getting the youngster.
Excellent grab there, right at him. That was going, that was traveling. We mentioned yesterday Behera's strength. He wallops this one. Wow, great grab there.
Again, talk about Dimitri Adams and just that catch there. We talked about what he can do with the ball. We'll surely see him. But this was hit very firmly off the bat of Ritvik Behera. Just didn't get the elevation. Came off the toe end of it. And you've mentioned already the physical development of Behera and how he is physically developed. And he looks the part of a real bruiser of a bat.
Right.
And Dimitri Adams just swallows that one there. And a brilliant start for the Galaxy. They take that initial boundary, but they create that wicket opportunity. They get the wicket. And now you're going to see, I believe, Ravinder Singh come into bat now for the Royals, and exactly what they would have wanted, a wicket in the very first over.
Yeah, this is a great start for Orlando. Totally different than yesterday. You mentioned Dimitri Adams grabbing that. You know, he for his height, he's got some long arms. It looks like he can reach just about anything that comes his way. We saw him making a great caught and bowled yesterday, just missing another one. But yeah, I would say he's got some safe hands.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got some safe hands, and Ravinder Singh, you also, if you're a Baltimore Royals fan, say he's pretty safe with the bat as well. Someone who was part of that 2021 highest scorers throughout the entire minor league, not just in the Atlantic, but throughout the Atlantic and the Pacific. Wasn't able to play in 2022. Hasn't really come off yet in 2023, and the Royals they're going to keep feeding him those opportunities just because the skill he has, but he wants to produce the goods now. Starts well, does Patel, just angling it back into the left-hander, has that lefty matchup, and again, this is a brilliant start. We've seen at Church Street Park, if you can create pressure early and you can break partnerships, you can really expose the rest of a batting lineup and get a team out for a low score.
Yeah, nothing slows down a power play like early wickets. Big one there from Dev. We like to talk about the young players and how they affect the game.
This one spotting the movement from Ravinder Singh. It just comes back inside that wide line. It's been a really good over from Devashri Patel. He takes a wicket. At the end of one, it's 4 for 1.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Well, welcome you back here to Church Street Park, and that man on your screen, Jaskaran Malhotra, shown his exploits with the bat already, and the man on your screen now will try to dismiss him, Sumit Sarawat. He's going to have an opportunity. Didn't bowl too poorly yesterday. I thought the lengths he was hitting were pretty decent, able to get some away movement. We saw Malhotra advance, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Mito Patel come up to the stumps just a couple of deliveries in.
Yeah, especially as we know, Jaskaran loves to come down the track. Put that in the bowler's mind.
Stays on his crease, and this is what we saw a lot of from from Sumit Sarawat, was his ability to operate outside that off stump, just around that channel area, and get the ball to move from there. And I think that's a big key when we talk about the way Malhotra is going to attack Sarawat. It's going to be about, finding his rhythm. We've seen his big scores come in 2 chases. This one's going to just evade Jaskaran Malhotra, but his 2 big scores, 2 bigger scores coming in 2 chases. The time he gets out for under 10 runs is when he's been put into bat first. So maybe for Jaskaran, when he's able to eye that target and just see what he's going after, has just found a little bit more comfort early. But his explosiveness knows no bounds, knows no situation. That one pushed into the offside. Good start here for Sarawat.
Yeah, this over's going well. This is definitely stark contrast to the start yesterday. Of course, Orlando batting first yesterday, but Orlando is putting Baltimore through a little bit of what they experienced early on with the early wicket.
Yeah, just something to be watchful of, and I think it's a smart start here for the Royals after that initial wicket. This one cut, and again, you can just see the nature of the wicket really not coming onto the bat. Also, a little bit of movement away there, Nate.
Yeah, that's the second ball of this over that's moved away from Jaskaran. You saw with I think it was the second ball of the over, Jaskaran, going to play a shot and then just kind of like reaching his arms out at the last second just to show that he was beat by the movement of the ball off the wicket. And then there was definitely a little bit of movement.
Well, Sarawat's going to be real happy with the way he started off here. Hasn't given up a run yet with 2 balls to go, and to keep the explosive Jaskaran Malhotra at bay just for a little bit longer. And this time much straighter, much closer, nowhere to go for Malhotra. And this is something we also see if you've noticed a lot of Jaskaran or seen a lot of Jaskaran. You could expect him to maybe come down the track here, Nate.
Absolutely. I mean, you can kind of count on him to do that eventually. Now we'll see if he's confident enough to do that right now, but he might want to intercept a little bit of that distance after the bounce. And that yesterday he did get a ball off of his ankle bone.
Goes down the leg side. Just a little bit too straight, Sarawat, so we'll ease a little bit of that pressure. But just one run in the over, a really good one for the Galaxy, and they'll be real happy with this start and hope they can get some more overs like this. If you're the Royals, though, you got to think about switching gears. It is the power play, and you do want to preserve some wickets, but I feel like you want to take advantage of just those two fielders outside the ring.
Yes, these two right here are your best chance to maximize.
Pushed, call from Jaskaran, not wanting to go was Ravinder Singh. Probably the right call, and just that one extra coming from that second over. The Orlando Galaxy, they're off to a much better start here on Sunday. After the end of 2, it's 5 for 1.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
Well, back here at Church Street Park, the Orlando Galaxy, they were put in a real tough situation yesterday. Well, they've had their Lakshmi Rice and they're back, and they've come back with a whole new urgency and feels a whole new flow to their game. They've held the Royals just 5 runs in 2 overs, taking the wicket of Ritvik Behera. And we'll see Devashri Patel continue. And starts down the leg side. Will give up a wide there and a freebie. You could hear straight away saying no, that wasn't what he was looking for, but it looks like there is some extras starting to come out and some sloppiness from the Galaxy now.
Yeah, and Meetul just saved 4 runs right there. That was good footwork to get over there very quickly and reach. Luckily, he got a pretty true bounce when it finally did pitch, or else that was going to be 4.
You see that 2 overs gone, 6 runs on the board and a wicket. Still a very good start for the Galaxy, and Ravinder Singh and Jaskaran Malhotra will have their work cut out for them as they look to try to accelerate here towards the later stages of this power play. But also, Nate, something to think about. When we see these power plays, it feels it's less about how many you can score and just more about keeping your wickets in hand, because once that partnership is in there, once you're in there, it felt like the runs would flow at any stage.
Oh, absolutely.
This one pushed into the offside. They'll get a quick single. Good effort there from the mid-off fielder.
Yeah, slow starts here, as we mentioned yesterday, not uncommon at Church Street Park. You want to play proper cricket shots. This is where experience on turf and experience on a good, fast outfield really benefit, any team playing here that has that experience. It's going to give you an edge. And this is one of the things that we see with the Morrisville Raptors always having an advantage here.
Well, again, we talk about the Morrisville Raptors, a man who's played for a Morrisville franchise, Jaskaran Malhotra, leading his troops over there. You see the Baltimore Royals in the dugout, just having a word about the plans in which they're going to try to execute. Comes down the track and goes straight back down the ground. How many times have we seen this from Jaskaran Malhotra? You had to imagine it was only a matter of time before he started to use his feet in advance, and he's advanced the scoreboard now 6 more.
Yes, and I said earlier, Dev overpitched one, and Jaskaran turned that one into an overpitched ball. Look at this, coming right down the track. Great timing. And when he throws his full body into a shot, it really travels.
Yeah, again, really sharp stuff there from Jaskaran Malhotra. Almost expected him to come down the track after playing that over in which he did 6 dot balls in it, the wide. So you felt like to get some pressure off of his side, the captain was going to step down and take it on himself. And again, something to be watchful of if you're Devashri Patel, because I don't think it'll be the last time Malhotra does it either.
Yeah, he's forcing the bowler here to pull the length back a little bit. We saw that well done last over by Sarawat, bowling a good length to kind of force Jaskaran to be more defensive.
Keeper up at the stumps, keeps Malhotra in place, but he's able to pierce the gap on the offside. They'll come back for 2 and get it. It's good running. This is just understanding the situation from Malhotra. We saw the keeper up, so he said, okay, I have to stay in my crease. Found the gap and said we need a flurry of runs, was off in a hurry for 2.
Yes, and like I said yesterday, Dev bowls quick enough to make this a question. You got to have a keeper that you trust. You got to trust Dev's accuracy to pull a tactic-off like this. We saw it yesterday. We thought maybe it might be a little bit of desperation, but it turns out that it's definitely in their bag of tricks.
Straight down the ground. They'll get 1 for his efforts. Jusker and Malhotra will. Could have been close there if it was a direct hit, but the call was early enough to where that one was always going to be 1. We'll take a second look at this, Nate.
A really nice drive there. Good effort from the fielder. Nice aggression. Forcing Jaskarin to lunge with his bat there. And you do have to gun for the runouts. I mean, you want to get this top order out as soon as you can. The longer they're out there, the worse things look for Orlando. But you see, when you hurry the batter like that and they have to reach any overthrow, the batter has to do a lot to get back for 2.
Unable to pierce the gap on the offside was Ravinder Singh, who just looked to open the face of the bat. He'll have a delivery to go here from Devarshri Patel, but even with that 6, just 16 runs on the board. It's a good over. This 11 coming from it. So they need to build off of this momentum. We talked about if you stay in the middle for long periods of time here at Church Street Park, things seem to find a way to favor the batters in the middle. So I think that's going to be the mindset here for these 2 naturally aggressive bats. And again, unable to pierce the gap to end this 3rd over. A good way to end it for the Orlando Galaxy at 16 for 1. Well, back at Church Street Park here for the 2023 Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship. Jusker Malhotra, he's going to be on strike for Sumit Sarawat, who started off well in his first over. Just gave up a run courtesy of an extra, so hasn't been hit for any runs off the bat here. And Malhotra had a tough time facing Sarawat earlier. As you see, fans trickling in here at Church Street Park. It's very hot, very early. There's plenty of league matches going on, so I'm not sure we're going to get too many, but that's the beauty of Church Street Park. It always seems to bring a couple of folks out. Down the track, we talked about it. He's going to use his feet. We'll find 1 inside the ring, but again, I think Sarawat, he has this innate ability to watch the batters to the very end.
Yeah, I really like that about him. It's, you know, as I said, he was bowling, varying his length a little bit last over, his first over against Jaskarin, which you have to do. You have to find some way to keep him in his crease. Be that bring the keeper up or vary your length. I'm not talking about huge variations, just enough. And yes, you mentioned it's very hot here, but I'll tell you what, the breeze feels pretty nice in the shade. You can hear the breeze too when it blows by because it's blowing right over our mics.
It's a pretty strong gust here at Church Street Park. That's the one good nature, but it is very hot, very humid with the index 107. Into the leg side, doesn't beat the man inside the ring. Sarawat will get his first look at Ravinder Singh, but again, doesn't seem to be looking to change too much. Going to stay on a length and stay around that middle stump line.
You know, in the field, the power play really suits this Orlando team. As I said, they don't really have the experience on an outfield like this. But when you can only have 2 outside the ring, everybody can stay inside the ring and be aggressive. It really does suit this team.
Thick outside
What a
edge.
catch.
Has he taken it? He has. Ravinder Singh has to go. We talk about the brilliance behind the stumps by Mito Patel earlier. Well, it's more of that you're going to see today. That's a very, very sharp catch. Could he easily gone away for 4 and you wouldn't have blamed him. But how about this? Sarawat to catch a much-deserved wicket, and Mito Patel with an excellent catch.
Terrific. Let's take a look at this. Look at this. Just edged right on the tip there. What a great reach by Mitul. Lots of focus from him. We see him making some heady plays quite on the regular for this Orlando Galaxy side. Always in the game. Great grab by Mitul there.
Incredible grab there. And Ravinder Singh, we've seen him want to go through the offside, and we've seen his ability to do that through the covers. And Sarawat just offering that on that length, this movement away. Gets that top edge again. A one-handed, left-handed grab there as well. Moving well to his left. This is an incredible take. But it'll bring out Ahad Malik. But the Galaxy, they'll be really happy with 2 wickets down already in the power play.
Oh, no doubt. And with Malik coming out here from the left side, we saw him score big last weekend. We know he likes to run a lot. And we have had some aggressive fielding here from Orlando. So this might get interesting. We know Jaskaran is not in any hurry. You know, in typical times, early in an innings to make any rash running decisions. But yes, with the lefty coming in here, it does preserve for Orlando the potential tactic to bring in Adams in the next over.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. Now with the left-hander in there as well, you could think about bringing in Dimitri Adams. We talked about the left-hander Ravinder Singh, but you know, I wouldn't be surprised and wouldn't mind to have the left-hander, the spinner, as they're just moving a couple of the cars to make sure it's on the side screen. To have the spinner in the power play is a high-risk decision, but I think it's a high-reward one as well, especially with the amount of movement the spinners were getting. But talking about Ahad Malik right now, very capable bat, has a 50 in 2023. And we'll start with runs through mid-wicket. They're going to come back for 2. Justin Malhotra was slow off the block, unable to collect it, is deep mid-wicket. Looked like it might be William Trigar out there, but something to watch for, too. We talked about it on week 1, Nate. Ahad Malik loves running between the wickets, and he's looking to run 2 almost every single occasion.
He definitely loves to put pressure on the fielding team. He has to have a willing partner, though. That time he did. But yes, he does love running, too, regardless of which end he's on. He's not doing it just to get back on strike. He really does want to take the scoreboard up. Again,
through the onside, gets through the infield. Well done by Nasser Ahmed there. Doesn't allow the opportunity for a second run.
Yeah, good stop there by this Orlando side. And as I mentioned, the power play allows Orlando to have almost all of their fielders inside the circle, in which case effort makes a big difference, and they have no lack of willingness to put forth effort.
And Sarawat will get another look at Malhotra, and you talk about the great effort there from Nasser Ahmed. It's been a great effort from Sarawat already. He bowled 3 on the trot yesterday. After this second over, you could imagine he bowls another. Stays low, will be deemed wide there from the umpire, and so have to re-bowl that one. So he's given up a couple of extras, but it's been a real quality over and spell from Sarawat. Again, picking up that wicket just a couple deliveries ago and really making things difficult for Jaskaran Malhotra and company.
Absolutely, and one of the things I like about Mitul's keeping, in that situation you saw the ball stay low. Keeper has to get down on that, and the ball at that point can come up, and he keeps his face facing that ball.
Pushed into the offside, will just find backward point. Throw comes in, back up is in place, and that'll be an exciting end to an exciting 4th over. It's 21 for 2.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Well, we thought about spin coming in here, Nate, in maybe the 5th or the 6th over. It looks like they're going to continue with pace. And they're going to go to Hardik Desai with ball in hand. And Hardik Desai, after what he saw with the bat yesterday and how he was undone by Derval Green, he's going to want to do that to one of these other batters. Didn't bowl yesterday, so first look in 2023. Starts off on the legs, chipped into the leg side for 1. And these two in the middle would have had that winning partnership in that first matchup last week. So they'll understand how each other like to play, and they'll understand how to just build a partnership amongst each other. A huge advantage for the Royals.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Let's see. Here we're talking about some fielding placements. Moving some of the field around.
Hardik Desai, an experienced campaigner, was part of the Orlando Galaxy last season as well. So we'll just be trying to get his side in all the right positions and ideally to take that wicket of Malhotra, send the captain packing. He's taking a little bit here. Seems like he is going to get an angle away from Malhotra. Let's see what he's got in store for the right-hander. There you go, advances,
Ooh, good ball.
misses out. A really good delivery. That adjusted the length and the line, pushed it wider.
Yeah, we see now 6 fielders over on the offside. He just went from a 5-4, fairly balanced, to an offside field. You saw Jaskaran making some space for himself when he came down the ground there, came down the pitch. I think he might be trying to get it over to the leg side, but now we have, nope, we still have 6 on the offside.
6 on the offside, just a swap in the 2 fielders there as mid-off is dropping to long off, so Daring just going to go over the top of the leg side. Run down to short third, nowhere to go. Again, inside the ring in these past 2 days, not much to complain about for the Orlando Galaxy. Intensity, execution, it's all been there.
Yes, and I think that this is the thing that translates most when you're not used to an outfield of this quality. And what I say by that is a lot of cricket in the USA is still played on long grass outfields, which slows the ball down quite a bit, especially when you're on the boundary. And you can take a direct route to the ball, but you can't here.
Again, pushed into the offside, nowhere to go. Dimitri Adams has been all over and been busy and active in that area. And for Jaskaran, Malhotra and company, yes, it's about sticking in, but you should just be surprised as a Baltimore Royals fan to not see the flow or the explosive shots come with more consistency. That's also a credit to the bowling of the Orlando Galaxy and Hardik Desai not allowing Malhotra to play the shots he wants to. Yorksham, really, really well done. It's missed everything on the way through, but really, really good bowling here from Desai.
Yeah, this is clinical right here. Look at this length here, how well he nails this. Whoa, what a ball.
What a ball indeed. It's missing everything. It's a ball that deserves a wicket. And for Jaskaran Malhotra, some pressure starting to build, and we talked about the movement down the track. Nate, I think we might be in store for another advancement here for Malhotra, just with those couple dot balls, those 5 dot balls in the over starting to eat its way up. Stays well bowled, really, really well bowled. It's a clinical first over. Just the 1 run coming from it. At the end of 5, it's 22 for 2. Back at Church Street Park, 1 over left in the power play. Sarawat, third over, into Malik. Punished to the offside. Well done inside the ring. A little bit of a fumble, but it does well. Again, we've talked about the fielding time and time again for the Galaxy and how the boundary fielding wasn't up to par yesterday, but the effort's been in place, and inside the ring, they've been all over the Baltimore Royals. And Malhotra, even with the 6 to his name, is 10 from 16. Again, wouldn't say he's quite struggling, but the bowling's been real clinical, real tough, and he's just been kept on the back foot. And you know, as someone who likes to be aggressive, likes to play his shots, at some point, Malhotra's going to force the issue, you have to imagine.
Yeah, especially with 1 over left of this power play. You know he's going to want to maximize this over.
Looking to run it through third man, a little extra bounce, a little movement away. Sarawat has been so good for the Orlando Galaxy, and I think this is what they thought, the owners and the selectors coming into the day. There's a real hype around this team internally. They felt very good about the team they've assembled, and it's because of the role players like Sarawat. You wouldn't talk about the big names. They don't have that USA star like a Jaskar Malhotra, but Dimitri Adams in place and some stars being born here like Sumit Sarawat. Running to the offside. Malik wants a single. He's going to make it there. He was always going to make it there. I think what you're going to see on quick singles, the throw's got to go to Malhotra's end because Malik is going to make that call and be off in a hurry.
Yeah, here we go. As you said, Malik is going to go on this one. You know he is. It's his call. And
see how far Malhotra was away. Wasn't fully running,
right,
but he's about 3/4 of the way down the track. So just something to look at. If you are the Galaxy, they've been so good in the infield, this could consider maybe directing more of their throws into Malhotra's end.
Yeah, think a little bit outside the box here. Try to get them where they're not expecting it.
Chipped into the leg side. It's over the top of it, and it's going to run to the boundary. It'll be 4 runs. There's a fielder at deep mid-wicket, but it was well placed. Malik has shown an ability to place the balls on the leg side, and he does so once again. Will find his first 4.
This is the advantage here of having a lefty-righty partnership. The bowler, his line and length is going to get a little bit, crossed up at times. Well played there. Like you said, Malik is looking to score on those. He seems happy to wait for his ball and then try to go for singles and twos.
This big shout. I think he's dislodged the bail. Might have been a bit of an inside edge. There was a noise. Not sure if it's bad on the ground or bad on the ball, but nonetheless, the ball has hit the stumps and the bails have lit up. Sumit Sarawat take a bow. He's already gotten his second wicket, and he's been real clinical to open things up here in the power play. And the Royals, just as Malik might have started to find some rhythm, lose their third wicket.
We mentioned yesterday that Orlando's going to have to find things to cling to, little victories to cling to. And today, this power play bowling has been absolutely phenomenal. Here comes Sarawat. That looks like, yeah, he definitely chopped that onto the stumps himself, because that looked about the 5th stump line.
Yeah, really well bowled indeed. You could see the celebration from Sarawat, how much that meant to him to get that wicket and to really get his side in favorable position at the end of the power play. We still have a couple of deliveries to go, or just one, but again, it's been a great power play for the Galaxy. 3 wickets, 28 runs on the board. If you told them this would be the case, they'd feel really, really good. Malhotra's still in the middle, so you're still going to cling to that if you are the Baltimore Royals, as we welcome Pragat Singh to come in bat. Looks like it's going to be another left-hander maybe.
Yeah, that hack from Malik there, just after I complimented his discipline a little bit. It looked like he slipped with his front foot when he planted his front foot, because he was striding awfully far for that. I wonder where he was trying to hit that ball.
I think he was looking to go to covers, and he's a very good player through that region, but I think it was just the length of the delivery and just a little movement back in is what did him in, as the right-handed Pragat Singh will come into the middle. So no lefties in. Maybe does that displace Dimitri Adams in the bowling attack for just a little bit longer. But won't mind that. Will Smith Sarawat. Last ball of the power play. And trails down the leg side. Not a great way to close. A welcome way for anyone to come to the middle. Bhargav Singh, he's off the mark with a boundary.
Really well played there. Way to start off your innings. Taking advantage of this. Not happy with just one on a wide. Just steers that to fine leg. Really well played. You got to love that start.
Yeah, won't be too happy and pleased with that ending to that over Sarawat, but it was a good initial spell from him. 3 overs, 16 runs, 2 wickets. 6 overs have gone. It's 32 for 3. And again, with that 4, just gives some momentum back to the Royals. I think that's the one thing for the Galaxy is you have the momentum. You can't just gift runs or gift it back to the Royals and let them claw their way back into this match.
Yeah, and we mentioned how well they did bowling in that power play, and unfortunately ending on that note kind of feels like they're shifting into a new phase of the game. Power play over. As we mentioned, their fielding in the power play is very good because they get a lot of players inside the circle. They get a lot of fielders inside the circle. But now spreading out a little bit more.
Well, look at this. A little bit of laugh in the middle because I think Bhargav Singh thought Hardik Desai was this off spinner because he was just standing close to the stumps to begin with. So he went to go grab the hat, and then halfway through, Justin Malhotra still has his helmet on. I think someone's pointed out, hey, it's a pace bowler. And then he's looking around and said, is he a pace bowler? And so now he's got to go get the helmet back on. So a little bit of comedy there. And the Baltimore Royals, it's just been that kind of start for them. They haven't gotten off to it. It's been a confusing one because as soon as you felt like they've had some momentum, it's been turned around into a wicket. And think about it, 4, and then the very next ball is a wicket. It's kind of just the way the innings has gone so far.
Yeah, absolutely. We got to get on Jay Helahans to inform his team who bowls which from the other team.
Well, the side's been good. Quick single will be taken there by the Baltimore Royals, and Justin Malhotra will get off the mark. This is what you can't do, though, if you're the Orlando Galaxy. The overthrow will lead to 1. And so they get 2 off of a delivery that literally should have been kept to 1. It's poor there from the Galaxy. Again, they've been really good in the field, high energy, but you got to be smart with where you place the energy. You can't be leaking runs.
No, you cannot. And this is the flip side of the aggression. I mentioned they need to be aggressive. They need to put the Royals under pressure. And sometimes you do exactly what you're trying to do, and you hit the stumps, and the ball caroms off into the field. And it's, what do you do in that case? Do you sacrifice that aggression or, understand the risk?
And Hardik Desai unable to get a hand to that one. It'll be pushed straight down the ground for 1 for Malhotra. So a much better start to this over for them. Again, we appreciate you joining us here at Church Street Park. We know minor league cricket is one of the high points of the domestic calendar here in the United States. And with Major League Cricket, always good to see minor league cricket. I think we were really excited after Major League Cricket to have the minor league cricket season. We both feel that there's a vital place for minor league amongst the rest of the tournaments that we have domestically.
Yeah, this is really, really the domestic cricket structure of the USA, minor league.
Yeah, it's an opportunity for a lot of these players to showcase themselves and earn their way not just to Major League, but also representing the national side. You talk about a guy like Shayan Jahangir, who's done just that in minor league cricket, scored a flurry of runs and then called up to the national side, has an international 100 now, and then also what he did with MI New York franchise, one of the key members of that championship team.
Oh, minor league cricket is incredibly important here. It's hard to overstate it.
This one on the pads, runs to it, takes the catch. No, he's put it down. I don't know if there was bat on it anyway. I think it's come completely off of the pads, but always want to be able to put the umpire on that much pressure. I say, hey, there's 2 opportunities for dismissal here, but Malhotra made the gesture that's just come off the pads. We'll take a second look at this, Nate.
Yeah, I noticed the umpire signaling afterwards, touching his legs as if to say that was pads. But yeah, look at that effort. Good effort there.
Again, you gotta love the commitment from Hardik's side to get to that delivery. It's bowling well here. This time on the pads, big shout, gonna be high, and they're going to take a single. Malhotra didn't want it initially, but it just ricocheted over the top of that backward point fielder, so they'll sneak one away. Malhotra seems to be struggling. Again, we mentioned the ankle or the back of the leg yesterday. It looked fine, though. I'm not sure it's that. I think it may be more just cramps and just with the heat and the humidity. And he's taking a couple body blows.
Yeah, I think that was all pad, wasn't it? I don't think was there any bad on that one at all?
No, I think that one came completely off the pads there. Just see how the side come in to Bhargat Singh now. Starts on that offside. Again, we talk about Jaskar Malhotra playing back-to-back games in this type of heat and humidity. Just something to watch for. 7 overs gone. It's 37 for 3.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
So we'll just take a look here as we come back to Church Street Park. Something that happened towards the end of the last over. Again, Malhotra. We'll just, again, take a look at this. The ball has come off the pads of Jaskar Malhotra here. And, again, it's come off the pads. Might have just been a touch high. I think it's come off of the thigh. That looks like, to me, the left thigh. And I think that's why you saw him struggle. Also very hot, very humid. But, again, it's a pleasure here, Nate, to have this kind of production, to be able to show replays like that at consistent intervals. We have some great producers and great production set up by Babar Beg, Aaron Butta, and then Tushar on camera as well. So, again, a great crew we have here. And Matthew Comrie, another one of these great bowlers for the Orlando Galaxy. Give up a single off a misfield there. Probably could run to the boundary at will for 4. Yep. A touch sloppy there for the Orlando Galaxy. Probably should have been saved. Ends up being 4 runs.
Yeah, a little bit sloppy there from Dev. You got to find a way to stop this ball. And here it is on a replay. Comrie turns this one well. Well batted.
You can't afford things like that. You've done so well to get yourself ahead in the match. When your bowler's showing the signs of spin, and you can put some more pressure on Malhotra, who's maybe dealing with that little bit of a stinger to the leg. I don't want to let the pressure off. That's a better length, though, for Matthew Comrie.
Nice ball there from Comrie. Yeah, we saw yesterday he was the victim of a couple of bad misfields and then took a wicket finally. You could see the relief on his face that obviously that had built up.
Pulled into the leg side. They'll find a single, and as you mentioned for Matthew Comrie, he would have been with the Galaxy for a couple of years now and going to get an opportunity to really be a key member in the side. Another year older, is definitely going to mature with every single year. And for the Galaxy, they're excited to have a young leg spinner that they can turn to and can deliver in crucial situations.
Yeah, there's some good cricketers down there in Florida.
Many indeed, as this one's pushed into the onside. They'll pick up a single.
And what we need down there is definitely the same thing we need pretty much all over the East Coast. And that is an improvement in facilities, an improvement in infrastructure, some better grounds with better outfields. We're getting that in Texas, and look where everyone's moving right now.
Yeah, you talk about Florida, the best facility there, currently in use. This one's run through third man, and again a misfield, and again another boundary for Jaskar Malhotra. You can see the frustration, looks up into the air, says, what can I do, Matthew Comrie? And a tough going here for backward point and the Orlando Galaxy.
Let's take a look here. It's tough to see from our vantage if. Oh, that was just a dive. It wasn't. I wouldn't really class that as a misfield. Just unable to quite reach the ball, it looked like to me. But bad luck there for Comrie nonetheless. Just out of reach for the fielder.
Yeah, just out of reach. And now here for the Baltimore Royals. You mentioned the infrastructure and all the different facilities here in Florida that we have at Church Street Park. We've seen in Texas, and we talk about the international ground there. Some more of those throughout could really help some of the talent pool out in Florida, and that's I think the biggest challenge with cricket in the United States is just getting those facilities everywhere, not just in Florida,
right,
but everywhere. We'll talk more about that when we come back. 8 overs gone. It's 48 for 3.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
Back here at Church Street Park, we'll see spin to continue. Dimitri Adams, these two spinners operated in tandem yesterday. Found wickets to Dimitri Adams, one of which was just Malhotra off a reverse sweep. And be tucked into leg side to find one. Nate, a really good sign for cricket in the United States is that we have seen the emergence of newer facilities and better facilities, and not just, when we talk about having dressing rooms or having a field, just an area, but hybrid wickets being inserted, turf wickets being inserted, all a minor league played on either turf or hybrid. So signs of progress for cricket in the United States.
Yes, and I've just been informed that there is a private turf wicket that is being built in Orlando and should be available by the end of September this year. So next year, ooh, that was a well-flighted ball there. So next year, we can look forward to Orlando playing their home games on a facility similar to this, let's hope. And man, that should make quite a difference in their boundary fielding, especially.
Yeah, again, it's great to see that all over the country, not just in Florida, but again, you mentioned Texas, California, having Church Street Park in North Carolina a luxury, seeing Seattle have different sectors as well. So to see these turf hybrid wickets pop up in different Atlanta, very, very good to see as Dimitri Adams keeps Malhotra at bay for the moment. Again, right now in the game, you feel like it's evenly poised. A projected score currently of 115, so we'll have to up the ante with the Royals. And Malhotra will look to do that as we see a quick single turn down. But we know at Church Street Park, if two of the members of the side can stay in the middle for some time, runs just seem to find ways to follow them. Hit through the offside, won't get through short cover. You mentioned it, the fielding inside the ring is phenomenal, and that's a great way for the Galaxy to end the 9th over. It's 50 for 3.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट में क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Well, the Baltimore Royals and the Orlando Galaxy evenly poised, but the Galaxy will feel very, very good about what they've done so far. 9 overs gone, 50 runs on the board, 3 wickets down. And Matthew Comrie to continue. This one hit into the offside. The call initially was for 2. They'll come back for it, and they'll get it in the end as well. Good running there from the Royals.
Yeah, I love that view right there. You get to see that wall on the east side of the ground. It's a beautiful wall, and during Major League that was full. Everybody was sitting on that wall.
Yeah, and you'll see it towards the end of minor league as well when the Raptors get back out. Especially under the lights, we've seen that wall be filled by a lot of locals as they take a single into the onside there. These two, maybe calculated, have elected not as of yet to really go after the spinners, and again, maybe because of the turn that was on offer from yesterday, just going to take a backseat to start things off.
Absolutely. Yesterday the spin was probably the brightest spot for Orlando, and today after that power play, you got to feel good if you're them.
This one in the offside, hit through the covers, and it beats the fielder there running from long off. Matthew Comrie feels a little bit disappointed, but it's well placed into the gap. Just as we speak of maybe these two taking their time to get going, Malhotra hits one all across the carpet for 4. Brilliant stroke.
Excellent shot here. Was 4 pretty much the whole way. Once again, Jaskarn moving his feet there to turn that ball into an advantageous shot. When he's moving his feet, he's quite good.
Good comeback delivery there from Matthew Comrie. Pushed it fuller, but also I think about that shot was special. Just the way he's placed that ball so well. There's a short cover sitting there, and he's moved it just a couple of yards to the right of him and well to the left of that long off fielder. So able to pierce that gap and send that one to the rope. I think that's the impressive thing, and something that has really grown in Jaskar Malhotra's game is his ability just to place deliveries. He's always had the power and the timing,
right?
But now I think he's just placing it better than he has in a long time.
And that was with 6 fielders on the offside, and we've just moved to 5.
No ball signaled. Matthew Comrie, he's pulled the cardinal sin for any bowler. He's overstepped the line, and now we'll see if we can see one over the rope for Pragat Singh. Comrie is such a good over. This could really spoil it. Straight down the ground. Fielder will give chase, but I don't think he'll get there. It's a great effort. Got a hand to it to Dimitri Adams, but it was always going to be 4. It was just hit well too straight for anybody to get to, and that's what the free hit does. It takes pressure and allows you to play shots like this.
Yes, the free hit right there. What a excellent shot. But look, Adams approaching that, sliding. Yeah, good effort from Adams there.
Good delivery there from Matthew Comrie. Pulled the length back, induced Pragat Singh to come forward early. It'll end the 10th over. It's anybody's games at this point. It's 63 for 3. Dimitri Adams back with ball in hand. We'll start off to Jaskar and Malhotra here. First over went for just 2 runs. So it makes sense why he's being brought back on. Comes down the track and just a toe into the bat for Malhotra. And again, the spinners have been hard to put away. Don't take too much stock into the 2 boundaries hit off Matthew Comrie. One was just an excellent shot, and the other off a free hit.
Yeah, we have 4 on the offside here.
Over the top of that offside. met the ball on the full. It'll be 4 runs for Bhargat Singh. Bhargat Singh will enjoy that in his own right. We talked about 8 of his 14 runs before this. We're off one trailing down the leg side and one off a free hit. So we'll feel good about getting that boundary underway and taking on Dimitri Adams.
Yeah, let's see if he changes his tactic here.
Much quicker through the air this time for Dimitri Adams. Saw the 2 batters look to come down the track.
Yeah, as he feels out the 2 batters. Quicker one seeming to work better here.
Pulled into the leg side. Cries of catch it. And you can hear, oh my God, because I think it's gone to the boundary. Probably should have kept it to none. It ends up being 4. It's bounced out of the hands of the fielder. It looked like it came up short and just overran it and unable to hold it. Something that plagued them yesterday, the boundary fielding, is plaguing them again today.
Wallops is pretty full. Should have been a catch right there. And, oh, did that land on the outside of the rope?
Well, it's team 4 there from the umpire. Not the start. Not the fielding. This one, elegant, shows off just a touch. Does Bhargat Singh after showing off a couple of strokes of incredible power. This time just really fine. He's run that one down to third.
You feel a little bit of the wind taken out of the sails here for Orlando after that misfield.
Again into the leg side, this time away from the fielder, again a bobble, and again it'll be 4 more problems in the outfield here for the Orlando Galaxy. Really, those boundaries shouldn't have come off Dimitri Adams. It's not a great delivery in its own right, but fielder wasn't placed for it, and he spilled the beans.
I think if you're Orlando, you got to start lobbying the league for an entire 20 overs of power play.
Goodness gracious, that was just not what you would have wanted if you're the Orlando Galaxy. For Dimitri Adams, you had the catch earlier at deep mid-wicket. This one should have been stopped at least. Both should have been stopped at least, and again, giving up 2 boundaries on it. And we were talking during the break, Nate, you said 140 you think the Baltimore Orioles have, and I said, I don't know, I think Dimitri Adams might have something in store. But after that, it looks like 140 is going to be well attainable. Again, those struggles in the field continue. It'll bring upon a new bowler. So you're going to see our first look at some left arm orthodox here for the Orlando Galaxy. They have some interesting numbers. It's number 190, Hito Leslie. We saw him with the bat yesterday. Look really good. So now he'll be back in with ball in hand. Starts off short, crunched away through the offside. Fielder will be in place to keep it to just 1. And Leslie, we showed off some brilliant strokes with the bat yesterday. Now he's being asked to put things together here with the ball. Just run down, very, very soft touch on that one. Very, very fine was that shot there. Again, we've seen it from time to time here with Bhargat Singh. He just looks to run the ball down with just a soft graze off the bat. Outside edge, doesn't beat, short third, chance of a run out, won't beat. Bhargat Singh was off his blocks in a hurry. That'll be 1. Hito Leslie now into Bhargat Singh. Comes down the track, falls him well though, does Leslie. Doesn't let him get the room he was looking to attain. Just ends up being a single and getting a good tight over. We've seen a lot of this from the Galaxy, those tight overs, but they just haven't complemented themselves with the pressure they've built, with the fielding that they've had out in the deep. Tucked into the leg side. Nate, the Royals seem to be quite comfortable taking singles off the spinners.
Yeah, I think just keep it ticking right now if you're the Royals. They've got to be thinking at least 140, I bet. But get your eye in, make sure that you're there to the end.
This time firmly pushed into the offside. Will be a single to close out this 12th over. It's 84 for 3.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
We take a look at the scoreboard there. 3 in the wickets column. Dimitri Adams would have felt that it should have been plenty more than that. With a couple of drops in his over. It brings on Nate's favorite nickname, Rohit Dutchin, the Beast. He's in with the ball in hand. We'll see his exploits with the bat, but Nate, you talked about it. Had a fifer last year. Was exceptional with the ball.
Yes, he does a lot for this team. He's a very valuable player for this team. Does it with the bat, does it with the ball.
Starts off well on the body of Bhargat Singh.
Orlando's showing that they're happy to use 4 spinners. In that case, definitely improve the boundary fielding. With spinners, you know there's going to be catches on offer.
And they've got to start taking those catches if they want any chance of winning this match. Hate to say the saying, but we know that catches win matches. This one into the leg side should be a couple of runs, and they'll get 2 off of it. It was a full toss directed at Jessica Malhotra, and he's asking about height. Was it high? And umpire says no, much to the displeasure and distaste of Malhotra. Rohit Dutchins look to be on a length here, Nate, and just be quick through the air, not give any time to the 2 batters. And again, it seems like the Galaxy are much more focused right now and just getting some quiet overs in before the last 5.
Yeah, I definitely think so.
Looks for the little innovative stroke. We'll find it. Good footwork there, a short third. But it looks like they're going to come back for 2, and they'll get it. I think Bhargat Singh's made it home. No, it's been given. It's been given. Bhargat Singh can't quite believe it. I want to take another look at this one. It is close there. And, again, quick work by Mitul Patel there. I'm not sure there was ever 2 involved, but Bhargat Singh off in a hurry. He has to go, and this is a huge moment in the match here. I just want to take a second look at this. Again, ramped up here, Nate.
There was no hesitation by the umpire either. His finger went up instantly. But we see the throw, very good throw after a nice uncle stop with the feet there.
I think it's a good call.
It's
I think
a
it's
good
a good
call.
call.
He's
I think
got
he's
him.
just outside of his line there, and live play, it looked like he might have been in, but I think you could just see the little bit of the white line into the grass. And a really good call there from the umpire stationed at square leg, and that'll be the 4th wicket there for the Baltimore Royals. And after a couple of drop catches of Bhargat Singh.
What a great throw. Excellent throw. Now that fielding play, that play started so interestingly. The fielder did not take a great angle to that ball immediately. When your first step on that situation here needs to be diagonally backwards. He took a little bit too direct of a route to where he thought the ball was going to be, but he made up for it with his effort there, stopping it with his feet. That was excellent effort. Picks it up and throws a dime right to the keeper. That was great.
Well, I'm just interested in the decision to come back for 2. I know it's a close call, but I'm not sure there was really ever 2 on offer. I like the aggressive nature of it, but You can think about that all day long. Sahil Kapoor has made his way to the middle, and he'll be on strike here as, again, the Baltimore Orioles. This game is a game where neither team seems to want momentum. It feels like a game of hot potato. As soon as they get it, they just want to give it right back away. A couple of boundaries, and they give up a wicket here to the Royals. This one's pushed forward. Nate, it's just an interesting way this game has ebbed and flowed.
It certainly is, and right from the start too. We saw Ritwik Gahara smoke a four off I think his second delivery, and it looked like, wow, okay, that's kind of how he started yesterday. Real hot with a nice cover shot for four, and then boom, right into the hands of Adams, and it's been that way ever since. It's been hard to tell who's going to take the lead.
Short push back to Dutchin. That'll end the 13th over. It's 90 for 4. Well, here at Church Street Park, we said it earlier, Nate, it's like a game of hot potato. No one seems to want to win this one convincingly. And the Baltimore Orioles, as they head into the final 7 overs with 90 runs on the board, 140 definitely in sight. And if they can get to that with the way they bowled, and this is already more runs than the Galaxy scored yesterday, so they'll feel very confident about their chances to defend their total. Big shout, big shout, big shout, unmoved. Unmoved is the umpire, but a huge shout there, asking the right questions.
That was a good ball. That was a terrific ball. Let's take a look.
Definitely an inside edge on that one there, Nate. Good no call there from umpire. Push back, and Leslie, he showed off some of his exploits with the bat. Didn't get to bowl yesterday, but it's starting off really well, the left arm orthodox.
Yeah, I don't know if we've seen an LBW yet. We've seen plenty of cries the last 2 days.
Oh, cut late. Looks like it just skidded on a bit there for Sahil Kapoor.
That was great, getting the bat on that. Some quick hands right there. Cutting that late with the movement that the ball had, that was terrific.
Early signs of quick hands here for Sahil Kapoor, but as he cuts late again, it's been all about the bowling from Hito Leslie. Again, looking to cut late. Again, unable to find a run. Leslie is just saying, all right, you want to cut? Keep trying it. Hasn't changed it up until you score. I'm not going to change the length, but wouldn't be surprised to see him slip one fuller just in the next ball or so.
Clearly, you got to get it past the circle.
On the back foot again, and came back in. The good arm ball there from Hito Leslie to finish out this 14th over. It's a good one. It's just a maiden in the 14th. Unheard of. 90 for 4.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
The Beast back with ball in hand. And Malhotra sends him straight back down the ground, and it's going to be, was it one bounce over the rope? Yes, it will be. It's 4, but we've seen a liking for Malhotra to go straight back. He does it once again.
Yes, and the sparring continues. Both of these teams taking jabs at unguarded faces.
Yeah, it feels like a great heavyweight fight right now. Just a couple blows from each side, but each being able to rebound and respond. This one's tucked into leg side. Malhotra wants one as Dutchin gives chase. They want two. They want two. Chance of a run out. Direct hit would be out. Didn't get it. They're testing the arm of the fielder here, and I think it's because of just the misfields we've seen out in the deep. They just want to see what the Galaxy can do.
The Royals are really tempting fate here. I think you got to get it outside of 30 yards before you start taking chances the way that this team is fielding starkly.
Short, unable to get it in the gap there. Malhotra will feel like he's missed out. I'm not sure what he's looking at the umpire for. He's saying it's one for the over. He's saying, is he chucking? That's going to be another question as well. You can see it from Malhotra still having the conversation that Rohit Dutchin is clearly throwing. And now he's talking about another player out in the deep as well. Some conversations happening. Fielders being moved in. Concerned, and I think umpire Alvin is just saying, all right, get a move on and keep your arms straight as well. And just something to look at. Just something to look at here for the Orlando Galaxy and Rohit Dutchin.
Literally the least fun call to make as an umpire, if you ask me. Determining whether or not somebody's chucking.
Well, after all the drama, Rohit Dutchin back into bowl. Pushed into the leg side again. Will pick up one. Not going to test the arm of the fielder on that occasion. Malhotra happy to be off strike, and wouldn't be surprised to see him have a couple more words with umpire Alvin or Rohit Dutchin as well. Pushed and away from Rohit Dutchin. Chance, no, unable to collect it. They'll find one. A good effort there from Dutchin. One delivery left here in this 15th over. And he'll run it down through point. He's beat the fielder inside the ring. Cover gives chase, but won't get there. It's a 4 to close this over out. It's a good way to finish it for Malhotra. Started off with the boundary straight down the ground. This time goes square the wicket, and same result, 4 runs.
Yeah, you mentioned Jaskaran's ability to pierce the field. Just steers that one nicely. This is how well you can play when you're used to a good outfield where the ball runs. You know you just have to make the gap, and the ball will do the rest.
The 15 over goes. It's 102 for 4, and for the Baltimore Royals, they're in a good position here in the last 5 overs to tee off, get themselves to 140, 150. They feel really good about that. Again, especially after their bowling. Unchanged lineups for both sides here today. For the Orlando Galaxy, as soon as they have that maiden, they give up a couple boundaries in the next over. We mentioned this is a game that's ebbing and flowing, seems almost every single over. Hito Leslie's going to try to bring it back into the favor of the Galaxy. Wants the single. They'll get the single down the ground for 1.
Happy with these singles, it seems. But also taking chances here and there. Running between the wickets, and with the tragic boundary fielding from Orlando, I think maybe take the chances with the bat.
Well, this one will get Malhotra 1. Will get him 2. He's 1 away from the 50 now, and he'll make it home. That's the 50 for Jaskaran Malhotra. Comes in just 46 deliveries here in the 16th over. Really well done. You can see how much he wants it. Gets a huge applause from his team. It's been a captain's knock so far here in this first innings to get his side to where they are.
Yeah, well played by Jaskaran. We saw this kind of an attitude from him yesterday when he was batting, trying to chase down that low total, and we were wondering why not just go for the net run rate advantage, but you still want the win.
Again, through the offside, we'll pick up 1 there. Will Malhotra, he'll jump things off to Sahil Kapoor, who is, had his struggles with Hito Leslie looking to cut. So we'll see if he tries to do something similar. We saw him on the back foot almost get trapped on the first delivery of the over. This time advances, but nowhere to go. Saw the movement early, and that's the key here for Leslie. He's seeing the movement early and just pulled the length back. Heavy gusts, big swing, finger up. Hito Leslie, he picks up another wicket. Sahil Kapoor walked off in a hurry. Great work from Mito Patel behind the stumps once again. And again, this is a game that's ebbing and flowing. Another wicket for the Orlando Galaxy.
Yes, and you cannot be, you got to be thrilled with the work you get from Meetul game in and game out. Here it is. He's ready to go there. Boom. Nice quick hands. It's right there on a tee for him. I mean, that's about as good of as clean of a stumping as you could ever hope for.
Lightning behind the stumps. He's been all day long and been so good. Already talked about that left-handed diving out catch, outstretched. Now the stumping here, been really good. The run out as well. So he's got a dismissal in all the formats that he can. And now here for the Orlando Galaxy, they fought their way back into the match again. We saw an over that was a maiden from Hito Leslie. Then one that went for 2 boundaries there. Malhotra gets his 50, and then the wicket of Sahil Kapoor. It's just two fighters right now, throwing punches, not really defending. It's just hands down, arms are racing out.
Yes, and we'll see how that plays out for the rest of the innings here. But the Baltimore Royals really unable to get good value for their wicket, and in T20 that means get runs quickly.
Yeah, Bipul Sharma now in the middle, someone who would be vastly experienced in terms of T20 cricket, was a member of the Sunrisers Hyderabad when they won the IPL in 2016, and so he's bringing all that international experience with him. The captain last season, Nate, will have something to do now with the bat. Well, of course we'll see him with the ball, but we'll want to build a partnership here with Malhotra.
Well, he was the captain until Malhotra joined the team back from USA. USA duties in late July last season.
And we'll get a single straight away. Thoughts up 2, but they won't get it. That'll close out the 16th over. It's 107 for 5.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Well, back here at Church Street Park, and again, scenic as always, trees in the background, blue skies, some wind cooling things off. It feels real nice here, but I'm sure in the middle, that 107 heat index is not feeling all too well, and I can't tell which side would feel really good at the moment. Justin Malhotra's still in the middle for the Royals, but for the Galaxy, you take that, well, the Royals are 5 down. It's 107 after 16.
Yeah, I think you take this if you're Orlando.
Hardik Desai into bowl. Run through third man there by Bipul Sharma. Quick single taken and gone, and good work behind. Again, this is always a key, backing up those throws, and something that can be something you don't think a lot of as a team that maybe doesn't play quite a bit on turf. It's, when you play on longer grass, a little bit easier to play back up.
Yeah, it absolutely is. We've been talking about how Jaskaran has played this season. Every innings that he's had, we haven't seen the typical Jaskaran, 150, 160 strike rate we're used to seeing from him. He's certainly taken the responsibility to try to be there for the duration for his team, and that makes me wonder how much he trusts the batting in that team. And this is a team that bowled incredibly well last season, one of the best bowling teams in the league.
Good delivery from Hartley side. And to your point, Nate, I think it's more about the bowling. If you want to play that route of it, I think if you're Jusker and Malhotra, maybe you feel, okay, the bowling is going to keep us if we score 140. You take a look at this delivery. Talk about bowling. Hartley side, again, just beating the outside
Great
edge. But
ball.
when we talk about Baltimore, I think Malhotra's seeing his side saying, if we score 160, we can defend this total. I think for him it's about just making sure we get to 160, and I think that's why he's taking this approach. This one tucked into the leg side.
I think it's hard to argue with the fact that if their team with their bowling puts up anything close to a defendable total, you have to love their chances, and that's against just about anybody.
Yeah, again, you talk about how good your strike bowler is in a Sarbjeet Londa, but how good has Derval Green been? Hard to put away on this wicket. Semi Gotra comes in and was terrific, and you have the likes of Bipul Sharma, Neona Verkar, and Malhotra can give up the gloves and go and bowling over himself. So there's plenty of bowling options that have really worked for the Royals, and it's hard to argue against what's been working. Full and straight. It's worked into the offside. Chance of a run out will be. I think it will be. Yeah, finger goes up. Malhotra goes. He's so frustrated with Bipul Sharma. Throws the bat to the ground. There was a little bit of hesitation, and I think that's what's caused the run out. And Jusker Malhotra, even after scoring 50, is furious with the way he's got to go.
Let's see this on replay here. You'll see. This is the thing we mentioned is the curious aggression running. Now let's see. Watch Mitul. He's gonna get the bails off at the extent of his reach here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think he just got there.
He just got there. He actually kind of tosses the ball at them, which when I was watching from behind in real time, I was unsure if it was the ball or the gloves that knocked it off. But that was a good job. Good heady play once again from Mitul, and you can pretty much, put a star next to his name today. He's been involved in 4 big wickets.
4 big wickets, none bigger than the wicket of Jusker and Malhotra. And again, I think the key, we didn't get to see it on that replay, but the key for me about that run out was you saw Bipul Sharma hit the shot. He goes immediately, then stops. And I think that's caused Malhotra to stop. And then they go, and you could see at the end of that, if you weren't looking at Malhotra, Bipul Sharma's turned fully around. He's not worried about his crease. He knows the throw's gone to the keeper's end, and he knows his partner's in trouble. And so I think that, to me, was just that miscommunication that allowed for that wicket. And we talked about it. When the big over comes, wickets fall, and it's just a game that's been ebbing and flowing. But this is a man now who's shutting out into the middle that can change the game. It's Derval Green, formerly of the Lone Star Athletics, who have, again, been impressive in this minor league. But he's been super impressive on a hard Churchill wicket to get off the mark early. He's been hitting boundaries with ease.
And this is what they need right now, actually, at this point in the game. But yes, that throw from Beast, we got to give Beast Man a little bit of credit for that. Hesitating just long enough to know that his keeper could make it to get that ball. It was just a really good job in the field. And like I said, in the inner circle, Orlando's looking like Australia, and outside the inner circle, not so much.
Going to be a wide to start things off there. And now the interesting question comes, how do you bowl to Derval Green? The field right now, deep third, deep cover. You have a deep mid-wicket out there as well, a long on and a long off. So, again, you have protection in those areas. He likes to hit straight back down the ground. Just don't want to give anything in his reach, because we know anything in his zone, there's no opportunities for any of the fielders in the deep. Short jams him up for room. That's a good start for Derval Green. Bring Bipul Sharma back onto strike, and now it's a big thing. 2 brand new bats, Nate. This is an opportunity for Orlando to really tighten the screws and keep this total under 140.
Massive opportunity here, and as you mentioned, the antidote to that idea would be Green in the middle right now. So let's see how well they rotate strike until they're ready to really go after it. Because I think you got to start going after it soon.
Well, 111 on the board. Projected score currently is 132. Feel good about their bowling, but would want more than that. This one into the gap, just straying a little too far down the leg side. Bipul Sharma, plenty of batting experience, will find 4 runs of his own.
This side there has been so good. Been so good today. And then there you go. Just a little bit sloppy, a little clumsy with that delivery, and it was put away. And that's what Baltimore has to do with every opportunity they get right now.
Yeah, it's going to be about the boundaries that you can score. You talked about it earlier. The single-double game works for a while, but when you get to that last 5, you can't be playing a single-double game. And maybe bringing Derville Green in here, Bipul Sharma already getting one through the inner circle for a boundary. You can at least think about maybe you have an opportunity to extend and be a little bit more aggressive and score runs in a quicker fashion than maybe what Malhotra was doing out there. Again, a very mature innings from him just getting to this point. But I think this is a situation he's going to be angry about the way he got out. But now he's set up the game for his hitters in the back end.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. There's nothing wrong with the way that Jaskaran played. If you dissect the innings here of this entire team, you can't really find fault with Jaskaran.
Leslie to continue. Big shot. I think there's some bat involved. I think that's going to be the key thing. Probably a little bit high and angling down the leg side as well. But the key thing for me, bit of bat. Sound like 2 noises.
Yeah, but what a great ball. I think at this stage, Orlando will take, a run of ball for certain.
For certain, indeed. They're wanting to keep things to a minimum. 116 on the board. Going to want to keep the Royals under 140. They'll feel like they've done well if they can keep them in the 130 region. But if Bipul Sharma will get the ball spinning back into him, has something to say about it, could be a long day. He works it into the leg side. Will find 1, thinking about 2. They'll come back for it. They'll get it quite easily in the end.
And we're seeing much more accurate bowling to the righties right now, to the right-handed batter, than we are to Sharma. We're seeing not ideal deliveries right now to Sharma. So you got to think, if you're Sharma, you got to be thinking, well, I've got to be the one to score right now.
Yeah, and if you get opportunities to score off your legs, I think any batter would fancy himself, especially if the ball is drifting down the leg side rather than angling into you, but angling away. As this one's hit into the offside, they'll find a single, and Derville Green will get his way onto strike. And again, this is another man to watch for. We've already talked about it, how explosive he's been with a bat in hand. His bowling is what's going to keep him in the side, but his batting, that's what's going to get, be the little bit of extra sauce that gives the Baltimore Royals a chance to really make some noise come playoff time, come championship time.
And yesterday we said we wouldn't have been surprised if they pinched him, if they batted him 1 down yesterday, with the situation being they only needed 82 to win.
Another good delivery there from Hito Leslie. And will result in another dot ball. Derville Green, though, he's always expressing his frustration when he doesn't get the connection going. He's always looking to be aggressive and expects himself to hit every ball for 6. We'll get on to this one. They'll find 1 in the infield. Again, they'll continue to march their way towards that 130, 140 mark here. 1 delivery left here in the 18th. Just 120 on the board here, so they're going to want to be more aggressive than what they've been.
And how good has Leslie been today with the ball? Just showing the real depth of this team's spin attack. And
has a maiden. It's given up just 16 runs. And Bipul Sharma will make it a couple more. Actually make it 4 more. You could see Leslie expressing some distaste for that one, as it was hit into the leg side. Had 2 fielders in that region, but Bipul Sharma does well enough to bisect the 2.
And this was, I'm not sure if this was a case of both fielders kind of thinking the other one was going to go at it, but it bisects them, perfectly. And we didn't see a full-on run from either of the fielders to get to that ball.
Yeah, it looked like both had given up on it before it happened, but a great way for the Royals to end that over. Is going to be 124 for 6 and 8 with 2 overs to go. Now, where do you think this Baltimore Royals team could be looking at?
Well, the thing I'm curious about is whether or not we're going to just continue to see spin all the way through at this point, the way that nobody's really taken advantage of it. Nobody's really put a spinner away. We did see 1 over with 2 boundaries in a 3-ball span, but both of those were misfields. So that's one question I've got to ask. And I do think Derval's going to start swinging from his shoes. There's no reason not to do so. It looks like Adams is going to be. Wait, who's bowling here? Let's see. No, Adams is going out into the field.
No, Adams has handed the ball over. I think it's going to be hard to decide to continue.
Continuing. Yes, decides continuing. Okay, so, yeah, what are we at right now? 124 for 6. Yeah, I think Baltimore will get to 140.
140 is a call from Nate Hayes with hard to decide, ball in hand. Also an over from Sumit Sarawat. Could be the last over that we see coming up. So the opportunity to go pace on. Third man brought inside the ring, and for the way Derval Green likes to swing the ball, if you give him any room, it is going to be an issue because he can have that thick outside edge to go for 4. Goes short, goes on the body line. Well bowled as Derval Green looked to attack hard to the side. And I think this is why they've turned to the side, the experience. Been a part of the side for a couple of seasons now. Would have played minor league cricket. And just seems like he has all the balls in the book.
What a ball there. See the batter coming down just a step. The side's been very good today. Lots of control, it seems.
Yeah, showing off the bouncer, the Yorker. The delivery's on a length, moving away. This time bat on ball, Derval Green. I think he's got all of it. Yeah, looks like it will be all of it. Looks like it will be all of it. It'll be 6 for Derval Green. Lashed on to the short one. Just misfiring the line there. Was hard to the side. Make it 6 more.
Came down a little bit earlier that time and then just set up. Trying to get the same ball he got before, and it looked like he did get just about the same ball as he got before. And it goes for 6.
Yeah, much welcome 6 there for Derval Green and the side. Again, looking to get their way to 140. Around the wicket, Yorksham dug it out, though, really well. He's going to find 2 runs there. Throw comes in. Derval Green could be in trouble, but he's quick enough, I think, through. Yeah, he is. Really good work there from the Royals running those 2s. I think they're going to want to see Derval Green on strike. Will Bipul Sharma and the rest of the side. So to get that 2 out shows the dedication to it.
Yeah, the throw from William just a little bit late there. It's a good thing Derval was thinking 2 the whole way, because that could have been a run out.
Well, you can see hard to the side. He's changed the angle, went fuller as well, so the tactic changing. Full on the legs again. Again, dug into the leg side. Again, not again, just 1 this time. Thought about 2 for a minute, and Derval Green again going to feel like he should have put it away. He always feels he should hit every ball away, but good comeback delivery there. Good comeback deliveries there from hard to the side after being hit for that 6.
Yep, and the only bowler who's reached his quota today is Leslie. So who's coming in for the 20th?
Well, I think you got to go Sumit Sarawat. He's been exceptional with ball in hand. Now, my one worry about him bowling to maybe a Derval Green is just the length and how he's kept it outside the off stump. He's going to want to get back to cramping Derval Green up for room. You could also look at a Dimitri Adams if you really wanted to, but I think that's a risk that might just be too great for the reward. Misses out on the Yorker. It's a full toss and taken. Bipul Sharma. He's missed out on a juicy full toss there. Trying to take it over the top of the onside, straight down the ground, but really good work. We've talked about the boundary catching being a point of concern for the Galaxy. Well, they make up for it there, and another wicket falls.
Yeah, Adams reaching out for that one, getting under it, making sure his knees are bent so he's got the cushion the catch.
Can you just take a look? It's a meaty full toss there. Hits him high on the bat. Didn't get all of it. And as you see, Dimitri Adams moving well to his right. Gets all the way there and makes the catch. It looks simple. Bipul Sharma has to go. We'll have a new batter on strike for the remaining of this over. 1 ball. And again, you could almost expect to see a dot ball here for the Royals. I think you're going to want to see the most of Derval Green on strike.
Yeah, Adams with that nice grab, probably the best boundary fielder in the side. You know, we talked yesterday a little bit about how he played for the Empire State Titans that first season when they were absolutely amazing. I talked to Trevon Griffith about him a little bit. he says he's just a pure cricketer. He's just a very good cricketer. He's going to help any team that he's on.
Down the leg side, Hartley side misses out. It'll be a wide, and Derval Green will come on to strike as Omkar Zopit comes out with a bat in hand. We see him hit a six, a couple of sixes through mid wickets, and he's someone who, Nate, plays your first sport, baseball, someone who plays high school baseball up in the Mid-Atlantic region, and already showed out the slugging ability against the Morsel Raptors in week 1. Wasn't there for the first match, but again, the second match took Adi Gupta for a 6 over mid-wicket, so has plenty of power, and that's probably why the youngster, 17-year-old, sent in. But it's now all eyes on Derval Green. Gets this one straight. Will just be one. We'll settle for it, and actually good way to close the over there for the Baltimore Royals. 19 overs gone. It's 136 for 7.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Well, final over, and as we mentioned, Sumit Sarawat, he'll probably come in with ball, and he will come in with the ball to Derval Green. Again, you mentioned maybe some spin, but they've gone pace on for the final 2 overs. Cow corner, long on, long off, deep cover, all in place.
Yeah, and you said earlier you'd like to see him cramp the batter, and he did that well against Jaskaran early on. So
Does well, Yorker length, gets it really nicely. Deep third comes there, and they'll just keep it to 1. A dream start here for the Galaxy. Would want to keep Derval Green off strike and let the 17-year-old do most of the hitting.
yeah, that's great stuff. Great execution there. And I think Green was expecting something a little bit back a length there. Got one right at the toes. Dipped down a little bit, it looked like, too, from this point of view.
Yeah, so I was showing he's not just a new ball bowler, but someone who can come in at the end and really impact the game. He's bowled incredibly well. 3 overs, 16 runs, 2 wickets. Into Zope, who gets a hold of this one into the leg side. Fielder in place. He's overrun it. He's gone back, and he'll take it. It was a good strike there from Zope, who had to hit it. And I thought for a moment maybe the fielder had overrun it, but does well, gets back, and nonchalantly takes that catch. So a wicket falls, and again, the new batter, more importantly, will be on strike for the Baltimore Royals.
Great stuff there. Good strategy here. Let the youngster try to take on the bowler. If you're Orlando, you want him on strike. And yeah, like you said, he came in a little bit too much. He catches it, but watch here. He backs up another 2 steps afterwards. And right there, that could have been a bad thing. That's why, you want to get your feet under you a little bit earlier. But good job. Good job cushioning the ball. Good job catching it. He clearly seemed to know where he was on the boundary. That's stark contrast to what we've been seeing on the boundary from Orlando.
We'll bring out our new bat, Shami Gotra. We'll get to see his first ploys with the bat here in 2023. Full and straight, tucked into the leg side. Good work there from Gotra, understanding that it's not about him scoring and doing the hitting. It's about him getting Derval Green, and Derval Green now will have 3 balls left in the over. The opportunity to get themselves to 140, 137 on the board at the moment. 138 make it. So an opportunity to get to 140 and 150 even. If you get to 150 with the likes of Gotra, Sarbjit, Londa, Derval Green himself, it's going to be a hard chase, you'd imagine, for the Galaxy. Misses out. Good slower ball. Really good slower ball. They're going to push for 2. They'll get it, I think, because of the tumble. There's a tumble in the outfield, but good work there. It was a good slower ball from Sarawat.
That was a terrific ball. That ball, you could see the batter waiting for it. In the meantime, the ball dived. It dove a good foot or so. Like it drove a good foot more than you would have expected it to. But yeah, I'm impressed by this bowler's slower ball.
Well, you can see Sarawat just being asked if he wants to change the field and said, no, I don't think I want to. I would have to change my length then. So he's comfortable with the length. He's bowling the full length as Derval Green will get his way back towards the crease again. We'll have 2 deliveries to try to score those boundaries, get the total to 150 if he could. It's 140 right now.
And what do you think about this score, this 140 to 150 range right now, with Orlando having to try to chase this down against that incredible bowling attack by Baltimore?
I think that's the key, the incredible bowling attack. I think when we talk about the Orlando Galaxy, they've already struggled. There's that mind game of just not getting 81 all out. I think these runs will put a lot of pressure on the batters. And this one down, taken. They get Derval Green. Sumit Sarawat, he's stuck to his guns. He's taken the big wicket. Derval Green just unable to get the elevation on it. Struck it well. But really good job there in that region at long on. You take a second look at this. Just goes full, goes straight. Maybe the off cutter as well. Toe end of the bat. And just picked out that fielder who does well. Again, we've seen some sketchy stuff on the boundary from the Galaxy. They've been good as of late.
Yeah, they're putting their best fielders in the danger spots. This is why they didn't want to change the field. They got Adams out there who's going to come up with that catch 99 times out of 100. And, worked out. Went according to plan. This boundary is big enough where, you have to get a good piece of the ball.
Yeah, big boundaries. We've seen Derval Green clear them. Unable to clear it on that occasion. It'll bring out Sarbjit Ludda, and you could just tell off the helmet. We saw Jessica Malhotra wearing the LA Knight Riders helmet. Well, Sarbjit Ludda's got MI New York emblazed on his, so repping the championship team, and why not? You won a championship, you got to let people know about it, right, Nate?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, no one's going to hate on this. It's a pretty good move, coming out with the MI New York helmet on.
Pads as well, full kit out there for Ludda. Bowled him. Sarawat has a fifer with that wicket. Brilliant. You can see the innovation attempt from Ludda, just trying to access another scoring area, but take nothing away from Sumit Sarawat, who has bowled tremendously. Again, the last ball of the innings gets him to his fifer, 4 overs, 20 runs, and this, the 5th wicket.
Terrific here. Unnecessary probably from Londa, if you look at how accurate and how well this particular bowler has done watching the batters and adapting himself to the batters. This is the wrong guy to play that shot against.
Well, we saw brilliant bowling displays yesterday by the Royals. The Galaxy, they got theirs from Sumit Sarawat. They got 5 wickets to his name, just giving up 20 runs in his 4 overs. With the bat, we'll talk about Jessica Malhotra, 52 from 49. Talk about Bhagat Singh, 31 from 21. You had a couple of shots from Bipul Sharma, 13 off 8. Derval Green, 16 from 12. But this was a game that went very much back and forth. We're going to love the way Hito Leslie bowled 4 overs, had a maiden, 20 runs, a wicket to his name. A wicket for Hardik Desai, who impressed. Devarshi Patel takes a wicket in his 2 overs. But, Nate, this was an innings that really never felt like any one team had the momentum.
This was a very, very interesting innings, to be honest. It was, like you said, back and forth. No team really took the bull by the horns. And you would think the way, bowling a team out, getting 10 wickets, yeah, and then you look at the scoreboard and it's 140, and I would still say right now that the Royals are the favorite to win this game.
I would agree with you, but we'll get to see that in full effect here in just a couple of minutes' time. Thank you so much for joining us for this first innings at Church Street Park, but don't go anywhere. Nate and I will be right back to see what the Baltimore Royals can do defending their total of 141.
Oh.
Starts full, starts on the offside, and it'll be a dot ball to get things off. And you mentioned
outfields.
This one hit firmly, brilliant from Hrithik Behera to bring up the first runs. Expected that one on the wicket. Again hit hard, but this time it's taken. This time straight to short cover. Behera trying to replicate what happened on that second delivery, but all he could do was find the outstretched hands of short cover, and you could hear the roars early for the Galaxy. Execute. Comes down the track and goes straight back down the ground. How many times have we seen this from Jaskar and Malhotra? You had to imagine it was only a matter of time before. Straight down the ground. They'll get one for his efforts. Jaskar and Malhotra will. Could have been close there if it was a direct hit, but the call was early.
Stay inside the ring and be aggressive. It really does suit this team.
Thick outside edge. Has he taken it? He has. Ravinder Singh has to go. We talk about the brilliance behind the stumps by Mito Patel earlier. Well, it's more of that you're going to see today. That's a very, very sharp catch. Could he easily
get him where they're not expecting it?
Chipped into the leg side. It's over the top of it, and it's going to run to the boundary. It'll be 4 runs. There's a fielder at deep mid wicket, but it was well placed. Malik has shown.
And then try to go for singles and twos.
This big shout. I think he's dislodged the bail. Might have been a bit of an inside edge. There was a noise. Not sure if it's bad on the ground or bad on the ball, but nonetheless, the ball is the best facility there. Currently in use. This one's run through third man, and again a misfield, and again another boundary for Jaskar Malhotra.
And today, after that power play, you got to feel good if you're them.
This one in the offside, hit through the covers, and it beats the fielder there running from long off. Matthew Comrie a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, we have 4 on the offside here.
Over the top of that offside, met the ball on the full. It'll be 4 runs for Pragat Singh.
Quicker one seeming to work better here.
Pulled into the leg side, cries of catch it. And you can hear, oh my God, because I think it's gone to the boundary. Probably should have kept it to none. It ends up being 4.
That misfield.
Again into the leg side, this time away from the fielder. Again a bobble, and again it'll be 4 more problems in the outfield here for the Orlando Galaxy.
So
looks for the little innovative stroke. We'll find it. Good footwork there at short third, but it looks like they're going to come back for 2, and they'll get it. I think Pragat Singh's made it home. No, it's been given. It's been given. Pragat Singh can't quite believe it. I want to take another look at this one. It is close there, and again, quick work by Mito Patel there. I'm not sure there was ever 2 involved, but
fielding from Orlando, I think maybe take the chances with the bat.
Well, this one will get Malhotra 1. We'll get him 2. He's 1 away from the 50 now, and he'll make it home. That's the 50 for Jaskar Malhotra. Comes in just 46 deliveries here in the 16th over. Really well done. You can see how much he wants it. Gets a huge applause from his team. It's been a captain's knock. Heavy gust, big swing, finger up. Hito Leslie, he picks up another wicket. Sal Kapoor walked off in a hurry. Great work from Mito Patel behind the stumps. Argue against what's been working. Full and straight. It's worked into the offside. Chance of a run out will be. I think it will be. Yeah, finger goes up. Malhotra goes. He's so frustrated with Bipul Sharma. Throws the bat to the ground. There was a little bit of hesitation. And I think feel good about their bowling, but would want more than that. This one into the gap. Just straying a little too far down the leg side. Bipul Sharma, plenty of batting as a maiden. It's given up just 16 runs. And Bipul Sharma will make it a couple more. Actually make it 4 more. You can see Leslie expressing some distaste for that one as it was hit into the leg side. Had 2 fielders in that region. On a length moving away. This time bat on ball. Derval Green, I think he's got all of it. Yeah, looks like it will be all of it. Looks like it will be all of it. It'll be 6 for Derval Green. Lashed on to the shore. Misses out on the Yorker. It's a full toss and taken. Bipul Sharma, he's missed out on a juicy full toss there. Trying to take it over the top of the onside straight. I think these runs will put a lot of pressure on the batters. And this one down, taken. They get Derval Green. Sumit Sarawat, he's stuck to his guns. He's taken the big wicket. Derval out Green there for Londa. Bowled him. Sarawat has a fifer with that wicket. Brilliant. You can see the innovation attempt from Londa, just trying to access another scoring area, but take nothing away from Sumit Sarawat, who is bowled. back at Church Street Park. Thank you so much for joining us for this second innings of this 2023 Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship. We've had the innings break, and so some Lakshmi foods being dealt to both sides. And there we go, Nate. We talked about that first innings. Well, really, we don't know who it was all about. It was a back-and-forth game that kind of ebbed and flowed in overs rather than just in moments. It was a game where if there was a 10-run over, there'd be a wicket in the next one. There'd be a maiden to follow, then they give up 12. And so it was a game that was kind of confusing to feel which direction it was going to follow. But all that we know now is that the Orlando Galaxy are going to have to right the wrongs of yesterday with the bat in hand. They're the same opening pair, Mitul Patel and Nasir Ahmed, but the hope for a very different result. Remember, bowled out for 81 yesterday, and after scoring a run off the very first delivery, they didn't score another run and lost 2 wickets before the next one would come up. Jaskar and Malhotra not going to be keeping wicket today. Maybe something to do with the back of the foot from yesterday, maybe something to do with getting hit on the legs, or maybe something to do with just the length at which he bats, or maybe feels like he's going to be very useful with the ball. Who's going to be useful with the ball, though, Nate? We know it's going to be Derval Green.
Yes, that's for sure. But we've seen in the last 3 seasons now, Jaskaran does like to give the gloves up.
Starts very, very well. Derval Green, he was operating at this length with this line and with this kind of movement yesterday, and he's someone who can really tear through a batting lineup.
He is dangerous. He is very dangerous, and this is his moment to shine right here. He can take this game away quickly if he gets his way. So if you're Orlando, you've got to be on your toes. You got to be reacting really well right now to everything coming at you.
Well, they'll be in to chase 141. And with deliveries like that felt like a replay, Nate. It looked like we looked at the same exact delivery, and that's the kind of consistency Derval Green gives you.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And you mentioned Jaskar not with the gloves. We saw Malik a little bit yesterday with the gloves. Certainly, there's a difference. Obviously, you don't want to criticize anybody who's going to step up for their team and take on a difficult role like this. I know that that's a very difficult role. But this, with only 140 needed to chase, everything matters. So buys will be very significant today.
Well, Nate, it's funny you're talking about buys because I haven't seen a ball onto the bat yet. And so, you start thinking maybe you're only going to get some buys on offer the way that's starting off. But, again, this is the brilliance of Derval Green throughout 2023. He's shown an innate ability to start on a length, operate outside the off stump, move it away. And then don't forget what he does to the left-hander, Nate.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Full straight at the toes. And is just mixing it up so well. Fuller inside edge, evades the stumps. It'll be the first runs, an edgy start, but finally a run comes on the board for the for the Orlando Galaxy.
Yeah, a little bit of a hack there at that one. Luckily for the batter, just played close for a single. But bad things could have happened there.
We'll see Nasir Ahmed, remember, was dismissed by Derval Green yesterday. So want to get off to a better start.
Ooh.
Really well done. Pitches it up, gets it moving. A little stare down at the end of that one too, Nate. This is a battle brewing. Derval Green, whether it's with bat in hand or whether it's with the ball, explosive as ever.
My goodness, we saw great stuff from him at the top yesterday. I kind of felt like they should have ridden him out in the, just ride him out. They had Orlando on the ropes yesterday, and I was surprised to see them take Derval out of the attack. I think I probably would have been tempted to just see him through.
Maybe just in case they did get to the end of the innings there. This is really good. This is really good. Just one run coming from the first over. Feeling like yesterday already, Nate. The Orlando Galaxy, they're one without loss after one. back here at Church Street Park, and it'll be the same opening pair for the Baltimore Royals, and why not? Because of how well Sammy Malhotra bowled yesterday. A handful of wickets, and was showing an ability to adjust to the batters, be on a length, and keep things really tight. We talk about bowling in partnerships and in tandems. These two openers for the Royals, they did just that yesterday and proved to reap the rewards.
Yeah, out of the 4 innings, we've seen 2 really good power play bowling spells.
Down the leg side, I think it's come off of something. Yeah, Mito Patel's walking. There was a definite noise going on the way through, and the change of keepers has not led to a change of result behind the stumps. Sammy Malhotra's not going to say it's his best ball, but Mito Patel stops dismissal as he goes.
It sounded like it might have taken his glove there. Mito's going to be really upset with himself. He had a chance to be a serious hero today after that first innings that he had. Yeah, it looks like it just got off of his knuckles there. Great stop by the keeper. We love those cartwheeling stops here at Church Street Park.
We've seen some great glove work. Mito Patel, in his own right, was tremendous with the gloves, but now, maybe rather ironically, dismissed due to some great glove work down the leg side, and not what the Orlando Galaxy would have wanted as they come into bat here, trying to chase down 141, shake off the woes of yesterday, but already seeing the back of one of their more experienced and one of their better batters. Now they're going to have to restart with someone new in the middle. They're going to send out, wow, the scorecard has Hito Leslie coming out to bat right now. And remember, he came out to bat pretty late yesterday. And they have him coming out to bat right now, the left-hander, maybe trying to put some pressure on the bowlers. Yeah, it's Leslie. He throwed some great shots yesterday, Nate. What's your reaction to the move?
Well, I think he looked really good yesterday, and I was surprised after watching him to see where he was batting, because he looked like he was a better batter than he was given, the respect of in the batting order yesterday. So let's see what he can do here. It's I think this is an interesting move, but creative if you're Orlando. I think it's early in the season for them. This is just their second game. This is the 4th game for Baltimore. This is Baltimore's 4th game here. But yeah, it's a real shame for me to be out. You know, we talked about that was a great catch by the keeper. We are spoiled with keepers here in the South, aren't we?
Yeah, some great ones. Jamar Hamilton will be one to watch out for with the Atlanta Fire in just a couple of weeks' time. But that's a shot we saw him play a lot yesterday. Did Hito Leslie through the covers, look to play those incredible cover drives, unable to pierce the gap on this occasion.
But that's a very confident dot ball right there. Got some good bat on that. Maybe too good of a bat. He's changing it.
Well, Brian Walters tagged me in a Facebook post this morning.
Uh-oh, here it comes.
And it says, Happy International Left-Handers Day.
Oh,
and
boy.
He shouted me out because we had a conversation about how I said if you're a left-hander and you want to get on the good side of Brian Walters, just send him you shadow bat. No ball needed, just a shadow bat.
Probably best that way.
He says everything's better from the left side. Well, Leslie's showing his ability to play from the left side, and on International Left-Handers Day would want to make an impact. He's left that one alone, just a wide there from go through. Can't quite believe it.
Oof, that's a little bit of a harsh call, I think. I mean, that's quite a strict call right there. But yeah, I think everything looks better from the left except for quarterbacks. I think, especially Tim Tebow. Man, he looked really weird from the left. Do you remember that?
I remember Tim Tebow from the left. You would have seen Steve Young from the left-hand side as well.
He was amazing.
Mike Vick, though, was one of those who just looked fluid, didn't he? I thought Mike Vick's throwing motion was tremendous from the left side.
Just an amazing athlete, Michael Vick. My gosh.
This one, well adjusted from go straighter on to the body, will find one, and from the left side, they'll get a single there, will the Orlando Galaxy, but again, not the start. But just because they have a slow power play, we saw it from the Baltimore Orioles. Lost wicket in their first over, slow start to the power play, but had one kind of mini partnership that sent them through. If one batter plays throughout most of the innings, you can get to 140. That's what you got to be telling yourself if you're Orlando.
Right, I think you're absolutely right. Just use that, copy that Jaskar and Malhotra template that you just saw. Try to bat long. Let the chaos happen around you. Just focus and try to stick around for a while.
On the legs, big shout, probably down the leg side. And they're going to come back for 2. No, Leslie sent back. I think it's just come off. I think because it's hit the outside half of that foot, and that's probably why umpire said no. We'll take a look right here, Nate.
Let's take a look here. It looked really close to me. His foot's stepping across there, so looks like his foot's on middle and leg stump. And so, yeah, that's a close one. That's a really close one. Obviously, the umpire had a better vantage than us, but that looked really close to me.
Yeah, looked close indeed. Asking all the right questions once again is Shami Gotra. Full and straight again. Has he cleaned him up? He has. He's gone through. Hito Leslie, who's going to be really disappointed with that. As straight as you like. It's a you miss, I hit situation. And Gotra amongst the wickets again.
Wow. He had another rough start here for Orlando. Just like yesterday, a couple of early wickets. Look at this. He's looks a little bit late on that one. And just bashing the off stump there. So what do you think? Does clean bowled look a little bit better from the left side too?
Oh my goodness. I'm not sure that's something you're going to want to see if you're any left-handed batter, especially on International Left-Handers Day. And Gotra has won the battle again. He's picked up 2 wickets in the over, Nate. There's still a delivery to go here, and Gotra picking up where he left off yesterday. 3 wickets to his name yesterday. Already 2 in his first over. And the Orlando Galaxy have not seemed to have learned the lessons of yesterday because they're really struggling as Dimitri Adams comes out to the middle.
Yeah, Adams, we mentioned yesterday, could open. You know, he can bat in the top order. You want him around to rotate strike.
Well, Nate, this is basically opening at this stage of the game. It's a second over.
Yeah, this is like Joe Root 2021 batting at number 4, where you come in with less than 20 runs on the board every single time.
Well, the Orlando Galaxy don't want to get into a habit of getting Dimitri Adams in there so early. It'll be another player from the left-hand side, so maybe he can take advantage of International Left-Handers Day, but Shami Gotra's taking advantage of all of his opportunities with the ball. Again, didn't play in week 1 in favor of Keon Joseph, but given an opportunity here in week 2, and has made the most of it and plenty more. 1 delivery left in the second. Be played by Dimitri Adams. Slip in place for Shami Gotra. Pushed into the onside. He'll pick up a single in his very first, and he'll pick up 4. Really well played. Played it into the gap. That's a brilliant start there for Dimitri Adams.
They will definitely take that. They will take that every single time right now.
Can we just take a second look at this? It's not even flamboyant here from Adams. It's just a punch. Good punch just away from that fielder inside the ring. And once he placed it past him, there was no one out in the deep and mid-wicket that were going to stop that one. A crisp 4 to end the over there. And so after a couple of wickets falling, moves the total to 8. Nate, the Galaxy again runs on the board, if you will, but the 2 wickets, it's just a crusher when you're chasing 141.
Yeah, it's really tough. This is a hole that they're in. And we mentioned that runs on the board 140 is not as low a total as you would imagine it is, especially A, at this ground, B, with this bowling attack.
This bowling attack indeed that's spearheaded by Derval Green. Didn't pick up a wicket, but man, was he just so good keeping things on stumps and moving away. Caused some problems for Mito Patel in the previous over. Caused some problems. Big shout, big shout, big shout. Says no. Says no. I think maybe going down leg. Derval Green in real disbelief from umpire Alvin Barnett. Smile as he walks back to his mark.
All kinds of noise on that. Yeah, you see Green right there. Very confident today. There's for every reason. He has every right to be. But let's take a look here. Oh, that was tough. Did it go off the inside of his edge onto the pads? I heard a couple sounds in real time.
I'm not sure there's an inside edge on. I think it's the motion that you saw there late from Nasir Ahmed it's probably going down leg. I'm standing on my leg stump. Outside edge. Away from slips. It'll be 1 out to deep third. Good start. Strong start here for Derval Green.
That one happened in a flash there. That one happened in a flash. Hardly got any reaction there from the slip fielder, but bat barely slowed that ball down.
Well, Derville Green here has been an absolute star of this Baltimore Royals attack. Again, both last week, both this week. Just looked in complete control of whatever he wants to do. Lefties, what did he do yesterday, Nate? Went full and straight. Will he continue that to Dimitri Adams? Got him in trouble. Remember, LBW straight in front. He can do something similar deep, and with the movement, a fine leg to the boundary. You have to imagine he's looking to attack the legs.
Yeah, I think so. And yesterday he did so. I think the first time he attempted it on Adams didn't work. But he came back, I think, a couple of balls later and just nailed him. Adams was definitely late on that one yesterday. And we'll see. He's got to have that on his mind right now.
Yeah, maybe it results in a double bluff. Maybe just back of a length here. Full straight comes down and advances. And for Dimitri Adams, he's an experienced campaigner, so I think he's not going to let Derville Green just sit back and bowl the way he wants to bowl. I think he knows that he's looking to bowl full. He's going to come down at the track and just look to make it maybe a low full toss more so than a Yorker.
He's done well today in the few balls we've seen of getting the bat on the ball and getting it around his legs.
Backward length off an edge, just over the outstretched arms of the keeper. Nearly a phenomenal catch, and Dimitri Adams, I don't think he was looking to play it at all, but it's just caught enough bat to go all the way to the rope for 4.
I'm not sure if that even hit his bat. It might have hit him in glanced off of his chest. I want to see that again. This is great bowling here. Look at that. That is tough to tell, but this is fantastic. This is what you love about cricket. This is what you love about fast bowling. You know, you got the batter thinking, oh, okay, he's coming full, and then attacking him there, pulling the length back quite a bit.
Now you mentioned the double bluff. On the pad, big shout, unmoved. Unmoved is umpire Alvin Barnett, much to dislike of Derville Green. He's felt like he's had both his men in the over. Umpire disagrees. It was given as 4 runs, zone 8, so it did come off that top edge of the bat.
That was something else. This is drama right here. You love to see it.
The previous delivery.
Off that high off the leg pad there.
Probably down the leg side, probably a little high as well.
I think so. But we have not seen easy LBWs here. To the credit of the umpires, the bowlers have to earn that.
And with the ploy being changed, their fine leg comes inside the ring. Third man goes deep, so is he trying to push one out across Dimitri Adams here? Is it another double bluff? Is he going back to being full, back to being straight?
This is the kind of bowling that you typically see this type of a matchup in a longer format.
Full and straight. There's definitely some bat involved there. They'll come through for a single, and at the end of the third over, it's 14 for 2.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
Back at Church Street Park, the Orlando Galaxy look like, man, they've done well here. 14 for 2. They've clawed back into it. Now, you mentioned it earlier, Nate. Derville Green's got punished for some good bowling. 8 runs off 2 edges as Shemi Gothra, already 2 wickets to his name, back in. Cut.
Dropped.
Put
Down.
Put down. Put him down. Nearly number 3 for Gothra. should have been taken, really. A life to Dimitri Adams. You can't do that one.
Oof. That's a rough one. The fielder had a couple of words after that one, too, surprisingly. Maybe just frustration with his own self, because that needs to be caught every time.
He's put him down there, and that's a huge letdown, especially if a batter of Dimitri Adams' caliber and class. If you can get him out and get to Rohit Dutchin quickly, you feel very good about your opportunity to win this match. Heavy gust and a heavy swipe from Adams, who looked to charge at Shamighotra, go over the top of the infield on the offside that's completely enclosed.
Yeah, the luck has gone the way of Orlando these last 2 overs, with a couple of really strange edges off of green, and now with the drop. Let's see if they can maximize on this good luck that they're having.
The Royals will also say, look, we've been bowling well. It's almost a matter of time until these wickets start to go in our direction. Into the leg side. Calls for one, they'll get one. It was placed into the gap there on that leg side. Smart from Dimitri Adams to get off the mark and bring Nasser Ahmed. Now, if you're all the Orlando Galaxy, you're going to talk about 2 very experienced campaigners, and if these 2 can stick in, we've mentioned runs follow batters who stick in the middle for good periods of time. These 2 match winners can find a way to get it done.
Yeah, you think the growing's going to get easier the longer they're out there. It's you have to really think that this partnership needs to take the bull by the horns and take you a really long way. We need a lot of balls here before the next wicket if you're Orlando.
3 deliveries left in this over. Nasir Ahmed will get this one. Into the leg side, nowhere to go. Nasir Ahmed again trying to find some real flow here. Was out early yesterday, surviving here early right now, and again, you mentioned it, trying to stick in, buy his time, wait for the runs to follow him. Nate, also, Justin Malhotra with not keeping, I want to ask you, do you think he could be the first spinner we see being brought on with the way he bowls, with the drift and the angle and maybe a little bit of movement sideways?
Yeah, maybe the last over, the power play or something like that. I wouldn't put it past him at all.
In the air. Cries of catch it, but it's going to be well placed. It's running all the way to the boundary rope. Malhotra gives chase and keeps it away. Real good work out there on the boundary. Keeps it to just a couple of runs there from Jaskran Malhotra. Again, dealing with some issues on the leg from the previous couple of days, but good signs of aggression here from Nasir Ahmed, who just looked to chip it over the top of the infield. Didn't look to overhit it. I think that's the key. We've seen a lot of players look to overdo it. This one just, again, a little punch down the ground.
Yeah, well placed there. Good hustle by Jaskaran to chase it down. Didn't really get a whole lot on it, but that's why the placement mattered so much.
Malhotra will be happy with that in the sense of it's an opportunity he's gotten a batter to chip it into the air. And with this last ball, this 4th over, can he find his 3rd wicket? Run through 3rd man. Good bowling from Gotra to close out the 4th over. At the end of 4, it's 18 for 2.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Well, we talked about, would Jaskar Malhotra be the first spinner? No. With the right-hander, they've gone to the experience of Bipul Sharma, the left-arm orthodox, who scored a couple of runs with the bat. He's taken wickets with the ball in hand. Now he'll be given another opportunity to do so with Malhotra standing at slip. Plenty of turn on the wicket, Nate.
Definitely, and Bipul looked really good yesterday. He's a very good bowler. They have plenty of spin options. I think we're going to see a steady dose of it.
Hit down the ground, Krasnov catch it, but again, well placed. This time struck even better. That one's gone all the way for 6. A much needed sign for Nasir Ahmed and the Orlando Galaxy. Big shot there.
You can hear the fans from Orlando. You can hear the Orlando teammates cheering that one on. This is a really good sign. I think. I hope it's a good sign for their team, for the sake of their own team.
Again, it's about sticking in there. The runs will seem to follow batters who spend time in the middle at Church Street Park. Pulled the length back to Bipul Sharma. Call was for 2 originally, but just settle for that single. And now bowling into the left-hander, so this will be the interesting matchup. Bringing back into Dimitri Adams. No fielders yet deep on the leg side, so just as we say that, the wind picks up and the fielder goes out into the leg side there at deep cow corner.
You can see near the sight screen over there, we've got a couple of our sponsor signs knocked over too.
Fended away and trouble for Nasir Ahmed. Throw never came out, but you see, was interested in going for that single. Dimitri Adams really never responded to that call.
Sometimes it's like sailing a boat here.
This one hit straight back. Good bowling this from Bipul Sharma, making things difficult for the batter since that 6.
We're struggling with our tent right now, our sun cover, getting picked up by the wind.
Again, brutal, the wind here at Church Street Park, and it's been brutal goings for the Orlando Galaxy, but they'll be happy with what they've done so far. And if these two get stuck in the middle for a while, a dot ball there. Bipul Sharma, good comeback after that initial 6, and again, we have the experience of Bipul Sharma. Never seems to overreact to any shot, just goes back to the drawing board and opens up another tool in the shed. Sweep in the air, away from the fielder. It'll be a couple of runs. Bipul not happy with that. And he'll get 2 runs for his efforts. He'll close out the 5th over. It's 27 for 2.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Well, we got pace to close out this power play here. Shami Gothar in first third. Well bowled, really well bowled. It's been clinical. You see Nasir Ahmed looking to take it into the offside over the top, but it's a little movement away. It's the length in which he's bowling. Gothar's been able to keep the batters at bay.
Yeah, what a great weekend for him so far. We've had a lot of good bowling performances here. We've yet to have a really good power play this weekend. This is the 4th power play. have we even gotten into the 30s?
No, it's been slim pickings in terms of power play runs. Almost a chance to get into the 30s here, though. 27 runs on the board. Keeps it away, deemed wide from the umpire, and you can see them thinking there from Gotra, looking just take it away from the right-hander. But I'm liking the aggression and the felt like learning from the Orlando Galaxy batters here. Nasser Ahmed almost copying what the Royals batters are doing, coming down the track to the Pacers, making them readjust their line and lengths.
Right. Yeah, I think you have to make them work, make them anticipate, see if they can follow the batter as well as your team did.
Gets on this one. It'll be runs. I think it'll be 4 of them. Really nice shot. Over covers. Just missing the length that time. It was wide enough. And finally gets some reward for that swing of his. Nasser Ahmed picks up 4 more.
Great cheers here from Orlando in their dugout. But look at that. Just wallops it. Well played ball. They need more of that. But that's exactly why we were talking about advancing down the wicket earlier. You want to try to create that length. It's easier to control where the ball goes and also to time it and get it and middle it and all of the above.
Well, it was mind-boggling to me that there was a deep backward square with the line in which Gotra was bowling. Well, they've adjusted that deep backward square inside the ring now, and now they've taken out cover, so he's out in the deep. I think that's much better for the way Ahmed has been striking the ball. Looks to take it into the onside. Just as you say, that straightens up the line. Now bowling to the field right now is Gotra, and the results in another boundary. Nasser Ahmed getting things going here. We talk about 30s in the power play. We're at 37 right now, Nate.
Yeah, I mean, I think we should have complained a little sooner.
And take another look at this. Just tucked into that leg side, and it's the line this time. It was a length for me on the previous delivery, Nate. It was just a little bit too full. This time the line with the fielders now 2 outside on the offside. Stay straighter and closer to his legs.
Yes, and you see the dive right there by the fielder coming up just short. But it's good to see that sellout there from the fielders of this Royals team. We mentioned yesterday their enthusiasm was a little bit low in the field.
This one another wide from Gotra, gets to that 37 mark now. Do the Orlando Galaxy, and after that initial slow form of play, wickets falling, they're back amongst the runs. And again, we talked about these two, very experienced in the middle, can really cause some havoc if they are given time, and Nasser Ahmed already starting to do so as Gotra, for the first time all weekend, has to adjust. He's now coming around the wicket.
Yeah, we've got Nasser Ahmed at 19 from 13. You want to maintain that. You're in great shape to meet your Adams 12 from 12.
This time hit straight back in the air, just short of that mid-off fielder, Derville Green. And the cries were for catch it, but the adjustment works. And again, this is a line you'll be much more happy with, if you ask me, if you're the Baltimore Royals, because it's angling towards that off stump. So if you're going to look to take it across, you play a lot of risk of opening your stumps up.
Yeah, good stop, good decision by Green. I think any type of attempt to try to catch that is going to end poorly.
Back to going over the wicket is Gotra. Taking it down the leg side, well fielded there at fine leg. Just try to cramp Nasser Ahmed up for room, who looked to come down the track. It's really well bowled there from Gotra. 1 ball left.
Some brave bowling too, considering he has been missing his length, and his line a little bit. But yeah, that's some brave bowling, because if he misses that line or length, it's runs.
Runs indeed, and right now 37 of them on the board with 1 delivery left in this power play. It's been a good one to speak of for the Orlando Galaxy, chasing 141.
Like I said, it was a brave attempt, but just that he attempted it shows that they're under pressure.
Ooh, back on that length outside the off stump. Good close for Shami Gotra and the Royals. At the end of 6, it's 37 for 2.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go Rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
Back at Church Street Park, going to see more spin. Bipul Sharma into left-handed Dimitri Adams. Starts off on a length, and Adams did struggle against Bipul Sharma. We saw him after that initial 6 really tighten the screws, keep things at a minimum. With cut away from the fielder at short cover to find a run to bring back Nasser Ahmed on to strike. And the way Nasser Ahmed's playing, he's 19 from 16, but he's starting to pick things up. Found a couple of boundaries in the last couple of overs. The Galaxy would want him to continue to bat through.
He was 19 off of 13, and then we had 3 dots. So great comeback, and we'll see what Bipul Sharma has to offer. If he can prove the antidote to Nasir Ahmed Khan, who, as I said, it will want to score.
Into the leg side, in the air, away from the fielder, well placed. Pick up a couple more runs. Nasser Ahmed is doing his thing right now, scoring runs and scoring them in a hurry.
You can hear the roars of the fans of the setup of Orlando, which has come and traveled with them. Excited to see some fight. Excited to see right now that this team is putting together, well, it looks like they're putting together a real challenge to this total.
Yeah, just picked it up off his hip there, and you mentioned a real challenge to the total. Bipul Sharma is going to want to go back. He's finding a challenge in Nasser Ahmed right now. Extra fielder out in the deep on the leg side. Stays low, big shout, big shout. Not given. Bipul Sharma was running off. Can't quite believe that the umpire hasn't raised his finger, and still in disbelief. They're talking to every single fielder.
You'll be hard-pressed to find a more demonstrative cricketer than Bipul Sharma, I can tell you. So let's take a look at this in the replay.
Stayed low.
Ooh.
Was there bat involved? Was there bat involved in that?
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. You can see here by the position of the keeper. Yeah, I don't know. It looked could have gone either way. Tough to tell.
Could have gone either way, but the umpire has made up his mind. Again, looked very, very close. I think the biggest question was there bat involved? This one pushed into the offside. They'll pick up a single. There will the Orlando Galaxy. And that'll do it to close out the over. Bipul Sharma still unhappy with the ruling. 7 overs gone, 43 for 2.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Sarbjeet Londa, Nate. We knew it was only a matter of time until we saw a spin in the form of the wicket taker for the Baltimore Royals. Londa forfeit against the Morsel Raptors on opening day. Find himself now bowling to the Orlando Galaxy, looking to take the wicket. The big wicket is Nasir Ahmed here. Bipul Sharma was sure he got him in the previous over. Umpire said no. Can Londa do the trick?
Oof.
It's a good delivery, really good delivery. There's definite plenty of turn on the wicket available for Londa to take advantage of, but it's how quickly it's raced off the wicket.
One of the best wicket bowlers in the USA, as we've mentioned many times before.
Hit into the leg side. They'll pick up one. Looking to come down and attack the batters. You mentioned Sarbjeet Londa, one of the best wicket takers in the USA, and that's why, as we mentioned earlier, picked up by the MI New York franchise. Didn't get a lot of action after Rashid Khan comes back, but I don't think you'll, as a leg spinner, be too upset about sitting to a Rashid Khan with all of his international experience and his international exploits.
Yeah, he did tell me last night. I chatted with him briefly. He told me he did have some chances to chat about cricket, about tactics, and about, you know, the different things that Rashid Khan tries to do, and he did try to apply them too.
Applying them well, applying them very well. This one's given. This one's given. It's been tough to get the umpires to raise the finger. This one turned back plenty. Caught Dimitri Adams on the back foot. Your question would be height, but again, I think because he's on the back foot, the finger's been raised. No question to me about line. Finger up, and Dimitri Adams goes.
This ball turned quite a bit. Let's take a look here. Look at this turn. Comes in, like as you said, it hits the outside of his back leg. So the line, as you mentioned, the only question is height, and it looked like it was pretty good height to me. I think it would have taken the bails right off the top.
Yeah, with him standing, I think with him being on the back foot, that was the key. Had you been on the front foot and it comes onto the pads, I think the umpire could have been persuaded to keep the finger down. But Dimitri Adams goes. Looked like he was starting to build a little bit of partnership with Nasir Ahmed, but comes to an end rather quickly. And you mentioned it, Nate. Sarbjeet Londa does the wicket taker, does it and proves it right there.
Every time he comes in, it's almost like you hear the Jaws theme. You know, like you know something's gonna happen. It's he's just lurking, ready to take a wicket, and he succeeds so often. Well, he's so reliable.
Well, it's Advait Varadarajan who's gonna come in with bat in hand, another lefty. Doesn't seem to be phased by bowling to lefties, especially if you get this amount of turn. You saw how that one, it's come completely inside of Dimitri Adams. It's probably turned maybe 5 degrees more than expected. That from Sarbjeet Londa. So if he can get it to turn square like he's getting it, the left-handers shouldn't be too much of an issue. This one down the leg side. Try to be a little bit quicker through the air.
And you mentioned with the pulling his length back a little bit more, the ball's obviously going to turn a lot more. And we were talking about how Adams got out with that LBW hitting his back pad. The ball's turning so much that it almost has to, I mean, it hit his pad just in front of those stumps.
Hit the pad again. He's celebrating. He's celebrating. Finger goes up. There's blood in the water. And Sarbjeet Londa smelled it, and he's pouncing on the batters. That's the second wicket in 3 balls.
We've had so few LBW calls, and now we have 2 in the same over. So let's look at this, how much he's fooled the bowler, fooled the batter here.
Again, just reaching out for it, coming back in again, sharp turn. Again, the question to me would be height, but it's looked good enough for me. I think it's hit him right around the knee roll. I think it's probably in line just the way he shuffled across and is reaching across towards the off stump. I don't think it's any question about the impact. I think it'd be more so about the height because it did hit him in the front leg on that knee roll.
Yeah, it might have been just a hair high on that one, but he is spinning a web around these batters right now.
You mentioned the Jaws theme song. Again, he's a shark in the water right now, and there's blood in it, and he's not letting anyone go as William Shagar top edge and see the back of Trigar.
Well, we did see that reverse sweep, how he got himself out, chopping it on behind his legs, and I think that's the trick. With Londa turning the ball so well away from the batter today, I think that takes a traditional sweep shot out of the bag of tricks for Trigar here.
Well, we'll see if it does, because I think oftentimes as a batter you kind of fall back on your bag of shots, and that looks like one. He was willing to sweep at anything full yesterday from either of the spinners. So he's someone who, if he sees it in that area, I think just naturally is going to get down on a knee and look to take it into the leg side. And so that's going to be, has to disregard those temptations. I think the beauty of the sweep is that if you, as a batter, can connect on one, you just get the bowler to rethink their length and don't let them bowl in that good length area, make them bowl shorter, make them bowl fuller.
Sure.
And you can kind of play with them like putting in your hands.
Yeah, that style of sweep that Trigar played yesterday for the majority of his runs. He smothers the ball, he keeps on top of the ball, and he drives it into the ground. A really nice technique. We'll see how that fares. We have a close field set right
How
here.
about this? He's brought in a short cover. Oscar Malhotra would have seen Kyron Pollard doing this in Major League Cricket as an opposition member. Now he's trying to do it himself with the way Sarabjit Londa's bowling the ball, taking quite a bit of time to get it done, but slip in place, silly point in place as well. T20 cricket at its finest, folks. Sweep. That looks good. That looks good. Given. We told you. We said it, Nate. If it's full, I don't think you can keep the sweep shot out of Trigar. And there you go. Back to back. That's 3 in the over. That's 2 and 2. And Sarabjit Londa smelling blood once again, taking another victim.
Yeah, and a third LBW. So we talked yesterday. We saw a lot of bold on the score sheet. Today there's LBs all over the place, and it looked like that might have, I don't know, if that might have pitched a little bit on the leg side there.
I think it probably pitches on middle and leg stump. Remember, we are at an angle looking at it from the left-hand side of the wicket, but because of the fact that that sweep shot comes across the stumps, I think he's probably on middle stump there. He takes his guard on leg, that left foot probably on middle stump, and then just spinning into that outside half of the leg.
If you see the position of the keeper when that hits pad, the keeper is one full stump behind the batter, and it just makes me wonder if maybe the keeper if he over pursued, which is not uncommon, obviously. I mean, but how much that ball turned is the question to me. How much it straightened out.
Well, no questions
That's
no questions to be asked right now, Nate, because
he's out.
The finger's been lifted. No DRS here. Rohit Dutchin now. He's in the middle. Beast has a task on his hands. It looked like Nasser Ahmed and company could get this thing done. Nasser Ahmed's left stranded at the non-striker's end. He's seen 3 partners go in just 4 balls time, and now he's going to be dealing with Rohit Dutchin facing one final delivery. It's a hat-trick ball. Slip, silly point. Sarabjit Londa. Got him, swung all around it. It was a short ball that didn't jump. And there you go, he's off to the races. It's a hat-trick for Sarabjit Londa, and he can't quite believe it. He's ecstatic with himself. The major leaguer proving his worth. That's 3 wickets. That's 4 in the over. That's a hat-trick for Sarabjit Londa.
This is just incredible stuff right here from Londa. We mentioned he's a game changer. He came in this over, and it looked like things were definitely going in favor of Orlando. And 4 wickets in the over, 3 of them in a row. I think they were separated by a wide there. Even, let's see, look at this. Oh my goodness, just goes right under the bat, and look at him, he takes off running like Imran Tahir. My gosh.
How about this, guys? It looked like this game was setting up to be an absolute thriller of a finish. Well, Sarabjit Londa said, I'll take your thrill of the finish. I'll put it over there in the trash can because this is my match. I'm putting my authority on it. He's taken 4 wickets, Nate, in his very first over, and he's taken a hat trick as well. What is going on here for Sarabjit Londa?
Yeah, I don't know. It's man, I'll tell you what, look through the scorecards, look through the statistics in minor league cricket. See how many bowlers have had 20 plus innings without a four-fer, and we just saw a four-fer in a single over from the best wicket taker in the Atlantic. I guess you got to say that.
Put him in that conversation. My goodness, Sarabjit Londa take a bow because he's turned this match on its head. Nasir Ahmed was standing at the non-striker's end the entire time. Could you imagine, Nate, standing with your bat inside that non-striker's end crease, just leaning on it and seeing 4 of your fellow teammates walk in, walk out?
Well, I think there's no better way to send the message that it's your job to win this game if it's going to be won than watching 4 of your teammates, take about a 70-yard walk, 140 yards if you.
Oh, goodness gracious. Jaskar Malhotra, he's saying, you know what? Now it's my time to take a wicket. Nasir Ahmed is going to face him. And goes for the wicket straight away. Chance of a run out. Direct hit. Given. Another one falls. That's 4 in a row, Nate. 4 in a row. A hat trick. And now the run out. This is an unbelievable sign here. The Baltimore Orioles all over it.
This is 5 in 6 balls. This is a disaster if you're Orlando. To see where they came from just 2 overs ago. Okay, so he plays that nicely. There's hesitation on the non-strikers on both ends. Fielder's aggressive, and look at that. He looks like he's clearly out. That's a good call by the umpire.
Hard to decide. Comes and goes. We've seen a couple of golden ducks already. It's a diamond duck. Hadn't played a delivery and gets out. 0 off of 0. Hard to decide goes, and the Baltimore Royals. Again, it felt like this game in the first innings was going back and forth. It felt like this game was all Orlando for a moment. Now there's no question it's all Baltimore.
Diamond duck. It's kind of funny that they call it that. It's like, yeah. It doesn't feel like a diamond. That's awful.
Diamond in the rough, maybe that is. If you're
the rough part, anyways.
Especially that rough part. My goodness, this game has taken a turn for the worst for the Orlando Galaxy, who would have wanted to get off to a good start here in 2023. Well, they get all out in day 1 for 81, chased down in 11 or so overs. Well, they give themselves an opportunity. That opportunity seems to be slipping with every passing delivery. That is 4 consecutive wickets, Nate. And if you take out the wide ball, it's an extra anyway. It doesn't count as legal delivery. That's 5.
It's 5 in a row. 5 wickets on 5 legal deliveries.
With 1 run in between them.
With a not off the bat either.
Not off the bat.
A wide. This is just, I've never seen this before. Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Well, here's something you want to see. The faces of the Orlando Galaxy dugout, they are in utter disbelief, cannot believe what they have just seen from their side, because it looked like Nasir Ahmed had got them in a position to win this match. Now, Jaskar Malhotra. Nearly. You heard him say that he's nearly got him on the way through as well. This is clinical from the Royals.
Oof. And Nasir Ahmed once again off strike, watching this whole thing unfold.
Matthew Comrie, the new man in, a tough start to stay in the middle. It's going to need to be maybe his best innings ever to get them over the line from here. The Royals somehow have picked up 7 wickets. They were just 2 wickets down for the Galaxy just 2 overs ago. Not even 2 overs ago. Make it an over and 2 balls ago. And now they've lost 7 wickets. Lost 5 wickets for just 1 run, courtesy of a wide. Comrie showing off the defense there. And Jaskar Malhotra, he's saying, look, I'm going full and straight. You decide what you want to do now.
You pretty much know what you got coming with Jaskaran. If you follow his bowling, if you study him.
This one just outside the outside edge. Malhotra, he is animated out there. You mentioned you dare us to find a more animated, expressive cricketer than Bipul Sharma. Malhotra's right up there in that conversation. Every time it beats an outside edge, you can hear, catch it.
Yes, they're both very animated, very demonstrative. Can be tough playing with players like that when you're a younger player, because of the aggressiveness in their attitude, but it's just a reflection of their competitiveness.
And fended away. This is a good over indeed. It's a team wicket maiden there for the Baltimore Royals. 9 overs gone. It's 45 for 7.
What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Welcome back to Church Street Park. That man, Sarvjit Londa, back with ball in hand. Yeah, that's out.
gosh.
That one's got to
Oh
be.
my
That one's got to
gosh.
be. It is. It looked
Oh.
plumb in front. Really no question for me. Sarvjit Londa, the googly this time. He's got through Nasser Ahmed, and he's getting hugs from his captain and from the whole side. Bipul Sharma lifts him up there. My goodness, Sarvjit Londa, take a bow. It's your day. He's got himself a fifer in 6 balls. Excuse me, 7 balls.
Unbelievable. Look at that. That was the easiest call of the bunch, if you ask me. That looked very plumb. Oh, my gosh. Lotta must be kind of feeling bummed out that there are 3 wickets that he hasn't gotten so far.
Felt like he could go through this. It's come out the back of the hand, and that's what's undone Nasser Ahmed. I think he was thinking there was bat involved, but the bat comes clearly off the pad. Easiest decision. Malhotra, just a smile for him. Bipul Sharma, a hug to his bowler. Brilliance. Brilliance from the Baltimore Royals and the Galaxy. This game fell well out of reach.
This is just incredible. That ball looked like it was going to hit the middle of leg stump after it turned the way it did, at least from this vantage point.
This is a match-winning.
Yes, it is. It's match-winning innings here from Sarvjit Londa. Just a phenomenal bowler.
Well, also, Nate, double hat trick. 4 wickets, 4 balls for Sarvjit Londa. Remember, last 3 came from the last 3
That's right.
of the over.
That's right. I
Now
hate
he's-
that term, though. Double hat.
It's
Makes you
a
think there's
very
6.
confusing term. Very confusing
It's
term there.
called a turkey or something like that, right?
Well,
like-
I don't know. I don't know if turkey's the right word, but here we go. In to Sumit Sehrawat. Can he get 5 straight? Oh, fended away. Fended away. They'll take a single as well.
Daggone.
Take a single as well. Sarvjit Londa, take a bow instead. How about that? 4 wickets, a double hat trick for Sarvjit Londa.
Wow. Wow. I mean, phew. I was joking there when I said daggone. I mean, when you see something so impressive, you just kind of want to keep seeing it a little bit, you know? It's obviously we want a competitive game here. That's what we want most of all. But my gosh, Londa has been ridiculous. Whew.
Fended away, Matthew Comrie. Matthew Comrie, the leg spinner. He's just going to have to tip his cap to Sarvjit Londa at this point, seeing all that's happening, and there's really no point in refueling with any Lakshmi here if you're the Orlando Galaxy. Not going to do you much.
So just do it for the flavor.
Been all gas and go right now, and gas from Sunoco. Oh my God, what a delivery. You can see Comrie jumping around as a batter after you've missed one. You never want to jump around because it's just showing the sign of how good that ball was. Look at the turn and the bounce on this one.
Look at this ball. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Great keeping there. Good job.
Got 2 slips in play for Sarvjit Londa. Can he find wicket number 6?
Ooh.
Oh, nearly the googly almost undid Matthew Comrie. But my God, what a spell this is turning out to be for Londa and the Baltimore Royals. Just 2 wickets away from victory. This looked like a game that could go to the 18th over and it'd be real close. Nate, we're in the 10th over. This was a game that was 2 wickets down, and just the 8th, and the 10th over, we got 8 wickets on the ground.
3 overs back. This game looked incredibly different.
That's the beauty of T20 cricket.
Oh.
Cut away. We'll find one off of a little bit of a missed field to close out the 10th over. Sarvjit Londa, it's your day today. 48 for 8.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
Well, here we go. Nate, Sahil Kapoor into bowl. Just pushed away there. Really good. Really good work here from the Royals. We thought we might see another over just Malhotra with how tight he was, but I like this. Get a bowler who hasn't bowled much. Give him some time out there in the middle.
Absolutely.
Big swipe. Sumit Sarawat, what are you doing? What are you doing? You learned the lesson yesterday. At least should have.
Yeah.
This is how he got out yesterday, trying to play a big slog sweep, opened up the stumps.
That's right.
You got about 20. Your net run rate is on the floor.
Well, sometimes you like a shot more than you like batting.
Nate, what shot do you like more than you like batting? What's the one? If it's there, you're going to play at it no matter the situation.
Anything?
Anything? Oh, no.
No, what I got to
Oh,
say.
no.
Anything short from a spinner. Anything short from a spinner, I'm happy. It's the greatest thing in the world.
Good save there, Nate. Good save there. Your team almost dropped you for the rest of your life there. Well left. Don't see many of those in the 11th over of a T20 match.
You could tell me, Nate, the ball is staying low every single time. It's staying low by a foot every time. And I see a short ball, I'm going right to the back foot.
Well, I see Sarbjeet Londa taking Nate's wicket 10 times out of 10 there.
Yeah.
Especially at Church Street Park.
Yes, no matter what.
Chipped straight back there. Runs for Matthew Comrie. And again, Nate, I think we're just, everyone watching, especially us right here, the entire crew, we're in stunned silence almost. We don't understand what has just happened. Then that's the beauty of T20 cricket. One ball changes the whole outlook of a game. In fact, 5 balls change the whole outlook of this entire match.
It was just absolutely incredible. I mean, we talked about the hot potato that was being passed around before. And Lotta said that his favorite meal is hot potato, and he just freaking swallowed that thing up, man. He just took the bull by the horns all by himself.
All by himself. The end of the 11th over comes 50 on the board for the loss of 8 wickets.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Sarbjeet Londa into bowl. And Sarbjeet Londa, he started out really well. He's just been bowling at a really high level, taking wickets. Nate, you mentioned it. It felt like a game of hot potato for a moment, but he's taken that potato away and he's cooled it down. Taking the Bulls by the horns. 2 wickets to go here for the Royals. Oh my, how much has that ball turned there, Nate? My goodness. Really strong stuff from Sarbjeet Londa. That one's pitched outside the leg stump and somehow has found its way to middle and off. The wind blowing, taking down some of our advertising boards, and the field closing in on itself. And I like this move from Captain Malhotra, bringing long on inside the ring, daring Comrie to go straight back over the top. Holy smokes, that one has turned quite a bit. The jump on that one, Sarbjeet Londa. Just an impressive display from an incredibly talented cricketer. This one pushed into the offside. They'll take a quick single. Not really bothered by it are the Baltimore Royals. Again, a really good way for the Royals to get that run rate up. Wood to finish this game out. And the next couple of deliveries, and they're going to bowl Londa out from here. Hoping that he can do just that. This is the danger. Sarah with no slog sweeps. Fends it away in the air. Just stayed away from that fielder at backward point. Really good over this from Londa. Just a couple of runs in it, but it's just about taking the wickets. Not going to be too bothered with any runs that flow. This one just dabbed down into the offside. No runs on the board there. A really nice way to end the over for the Royals. At the end of the 12th over, it's 51 for 8.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Sahil Kapoor to continue. Starts off really well there. Does Sahil Kapoor. Matthew Comrie gonna be a little bit frustrated again. Put in positions where he's had to be the big time bat. Again, no position any bowler will want to be in. Comrie showing off what he can do with the bat now for his side. Into the offside. No run on offer there. Captain Jaskaran Malhotra, he'll be thrilled with what he's been seeing from his team. This one's pushed just away from the outstretched arms of Sahil Kapoor. Find a single there, Nate. Nate, the Royals have been truly impressive.
Absolutely, they've just taken this game over completely in the last 5 overs, and we thought we were in for a really good one today too.
Running it into the offside, no single taken there. Again, this man Ravinder Singh, who just collected that ball, he's going to be someone who the Royals would hope to get going. But we talked about it earlier, Nate, Jaskaran Malhotra playing a little bit of a slower innings. Maybe thinking, why is that? Versus the big time innings we're used to him playing. But I think it's because of the fact that when we talk about the way the Baltimore Royals team is built, it's built on their bowling, and their bowling has been truly terrific.
Yes, it has. They are a bowling team. They were last year before Jaskaran joined them after coming back from USA.
And it'll be a single to close out this over. Another good one for Sahil Kapoor and the Baltimore Royals. And at the end of the 14th over, at the end of the 13th over, it's 54 for 8.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
Back here at Church Street Park, Sarabjit Londa in for his 4th over, just giving up 6 runs. He's taken 5 wickets, Nate. Been truly spectacular.
It's almost a disappointment when he doesn't take a wicket.
2 slips in place for Londa. Pushed into the onside, calls to go. They'll take a single. I think any batter will be just happy to get off a strike there and not have to deal with any more Sarabjit Londa. Nate, this is the danger matchup for me, though. Sarawat has shown the desire to play that slog sweep. You put it in a fantastic way. Almost likes that shot more than he likes to bat. So we'll see if he tries to put it. Oh, Justin Malhotra sending long on back. I would almost kept him up and damn to play that shot, honey.
Yeah, and why not? I think that's what they're going to do. That's what I would do if I were them. Just let them try it.
Meets it on the full in to the leg side, and they'll pick up a single out to deep backward square, where that man Shami Gotra has been truly exceptional as well with the ball. And it's been an all-around performance for the Baltimore Royals. Will be really happy with the way they're playing cricket at the moment. We'll love to get these 2 wins to move them to 3 wins on the season. The net run rate is going to be hugely improved after this weekend of cricket. 2 wickets, though, would help that ever so more. Well watched from Matthew Comrie. You could see him just think about the sweep for a minute, but decided against it very, very quickly, knowing how much the ball is turning back in. Oh, well done. Well bowled. Sarabjit Londa. Sarabjit Londa. He's been truly phenomenal. Finds the outside edge. Soft hands though from Matthew Comrie. Nate, what is left to say about Sarabjit Londa that we just haven't said yet?
Just saying all the stuff we said all over again.
We need a whole another 3-hour session for that one, Nate. This one yorked Matthew Comrie. Sarabjit Londa been fantastic throughout the duration of the innings, and again with the bat, played maybe, got one delivery to play, got bowled, and took almost that aggression of not being able to show his prowess with the bat into his bowling.
Yeah, prowess is a funny word there, but we're seeing prowess on this side for certain.
Well defended there from Matthew Comrie to end the 14th over. 14 overs go. It's 56 for 8.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Derval Green to continue. And be brought back on as we head towards the 17th over. Field spread out for Sumit Sarawat. Nate, Derval Green is going to be an afterthought now because of the performance we saw from Sarabjit Londa, but what a bowling spell it's been from him.
Whole weekend he's been fantastic.
Hit down the ground, won't find a run though. Again, Derval Green, so experienced, so consistent on his line and his lengths. Dares the batters to do something off of the length he wants to bowl at and ask all the right questions to the umpire.
Yeah, and you mentioned that this has been the Sarabjit Londa show for sure, but as a leg spinner, it's always advantageous to come in with wickets down already. It is very important.
Played into the offside, but only find Jaskar and Malhotra again, who will also be a very happy camper 50 for him on the day, and to see his team's bowling display continue in the fashion that it has, I feel tremendous about that fact.
He's got to be really pleased. We said he's kind of taking the onus, the responsibility of batting long on this team, and this is why, because he knows that the bowling can come through.
Sumit Sarawat unable to get anything really going there, and again, you talk about the Baltimore Royals, we can say all the things, again, it feels like that's all we can do at the moment, a side that newly formed, taking over for the DC franchise, and hasn't missed a beat since entering 2023 minor league cricket.
No, they haven't. This would be 3-1 for Baltimore.
Really good work there at mid-wicket. But yeah, you mentioned 3-1, net run rate, huge boost. Form of Jaskar Malhotra, form of Sarbjit Ludda, form of Derval Green. Plenty of positives take out from the first 2 weekends.
It's a great start to the season for them. And as we said, this is a short season, 10 games per team. So there's good quality in this division.
Hit down the ground, and they won't take one on it. Derval Green saying, why not take the one? But this is, again, it felt like it could be a truly exciting match towards the end, but Sarbjit Ludda got rid of all the excitement in the 8th and 10th over. I think that's the word. It's like the match was not exciting. We had
it's a great match.
The big flurry in the middle, but you won't get that pulse-pounding finish that I think all were looking for. Just missing stumps there. Derval Green. It's been terrific. Sumit Sarawat unable to find bat on ball to end that over, and 15 overs gone. It's 56 for 8.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Here we go, Malhotra operating from the Shiloh Grove end of the ground, where we saw a lot of success for Sarbjit Ludda. Again, expressive is Malhotra. Is always animated, always talking. Always trying to give his team an advantage through any stage of the game. Matthew Comrie's done well, though. Has just played the balls away, not gotten carried away playing shots. Just as you say that, though, hits one straight down the ground. Will be saved by Rithvik Behera. Keeps it to just one. Good work here from the Royals, and Sarawat. Got to be careful. Big shot into the leg side. Will get it to be played in that area. Will fetch just the one run for him. So Nate, if you're the Orlando Galaxy, you're gonna go back home, 2 losses under your belt. What's the message to your side?
Well, I think you know what you got to work on. I think you know there's a lot of things to work on with this team. I think you cling to the things you've done well, which is fielding in the power play, bowling in the power play, spin bowling. I think the batting obviously needs some work. It's tough in the middle of a season to put in the work that you need to do that needs to happen to be successful during the season. It's tough. It's kind of a little bit too late by that point, but it's necessary whenever you can.
Necessary indeed. You got to take positives away, even from the losses that you do face. And right now, it's looking like they're going to try and bat 20 over. 16 overs gone, 58 for 8.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save because rewards come first.
Well, we welcome you back to Church Street Park, where it's all but done and dusted for the Baltimore Royals. Just have to make this win official, whether it'll be in 4 overs or 2 wickets. We'll have to wait and see. The Royals would hope they can find these 2 wickets. The Galaxy will hope they can fend off Derval Green. Hit straight down the ground, nowhere to go for Sumit Sarawat. Looks like he's happy to take on the bulk of Derval Green. And you know, Nate, if you are the Baltimore Orioles, you would like to get these wickets again and just help that net run rate a little bit. Obviously, a huge 100-run win is going to boost it as well. But if you can get these wickets, get the game over quickly in a loaded Southern Division, just could help your chances come playoff time.
Oh, 100%. And then here we see a 4.
Yeah, gets it short, pulled into the leg side, and will find 4 runs of his own there. Will Sumit Sarawat. So, you know, so just some positives here for the Orlando Galaxy. Your lower order can bat. You have some batting in the lower order. They're able to stick in, score some runs when they come. The problem has just been up top.
Yeah, and I think, oof. You know, I would have bet money that ball was going to get that batter out. I would have bet money on that.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to see Derval Green try a slower one in and again, just because that full ball at that speed, I feel like Sarawat's comfortable with it. But if he just slows it down, you get him swinging across the line, missing it altogether. But again, for the Orlando Galaxy, things to cling on. The lower order showing that they can hold around and stick in the game. There you go. Took pace off. Derval Green will get Sarawat. We talked about how that could be a key thing, Nate.
Yeah, absolutely. That was it right there. Just go with the fuller delivery. I think that was an excellent delivery there by Derval Green, who has bowled tremendously, and yes, he's been overshadowed by by the incredible bowling of Londa, but he set the tone for Londa as well. So here we go. The ball scampered away from us there, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It got into the parking lot there, just past our comm box. Tried to go give chase and show off a little bit of the arm strength that's still left in there, Nate. So
that was nice. That was good. Yeah. So you know, actually, that just goes to show how fast Derval Green can bowl and how well he bowls. That didn't slow down after taking the bails off. Rolled right up the hill into the parking lot.
Right in the parking lot, indeed. And again, the Orlando Galaxy would be thinking about the parking lot, and so would the Baltimore Royals on their way back to their respective locations. And we could see the end of the Orlando Galaxy relatively quickly as we see David Sri Patel make his way out into the middle. Dave will have to put in some hard work here to fend out Derval Green.
Yeah, Derval Green here determined to make his mark on this game, and he already has. Absolutely.
Full and straight, nearly was that a catch opportunity for Derval Green. Going to be close to tell as the throw comes in to the wicketkeeper. But yeah, you mentioned Nate Derville Green putting his authority on the innings, getting himself his first wicket. He's bowled so well, just giving up 12 runs in his 3.5 overs.
Yeah, give me more of this guy. Honestly, if I'm Baltimore or a fan of Baltimore, I'm thrilled having Derville Green on this team.
Defended away from Matthew Connery to close out the 17th over. 17 overs are gone. It's 63 for 9.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का।
Back here at Church Street Park, in for the 18th over, a certain win for the Baltimore Royals as Ravinder Singh has ball in hand, starting off to Devashree Patel. Big gust and slows down the big swipe. Does Patel in his best interest to do that? Defending it away again. I like the plan here from Patel and the Galaxy. Just see out 20 overs. That's got to be the message. You can't have another match finish before the end of 20.
Yeah, this was going so well for about 7 overs.
Sweeps it into the leg side. Will pick up a couple of runs. One to bring Matthew Comrie to the middle. And again, it's plenty of spin options on display here for the Royals. Bipul Sharma, Jessica Malhotra, Sarabjit Ladda, now Ravinder Singh. Caught straight to short cover. Really well taken. Seems like it might have just caught him as well. But Buttigut Singh did all the handiwork there. Really well done here for the Baltimore Royals. It's been a complete and all-around showing of dominance. The Orlando Galaxy, they'll be disappointed with what they've done. Jessica Malhotra, the captain, he'll be ecstatic. Handshakes all around for the Baltimore Royals. And again, this game decided by that man right there. Sarabjit Ladda. Smile on his face, hugs all around, and he deserves them. Fully changed the game with his wickets, his spell. Getting admiration from everybody around. Comprehensive win for the Baltimore Royals.
Yes, thanks a lot, mostly to Lada's amazing spell that I don't know if I can find enough words to describe that. I think we need Danny Morrison here right now to just harp on how amazing this was, and just tremendous stuff from Lada. And he's a great guy too. I think he has a lot of respect around the country. The first time I met him, it was just a pleasure meeting him and talking to him, and it felt like I had been talking to him before and met him before. But yeah, look, the team clearly appreciates him. His opponents clearly appreciate how special this innings was from Lada. It's just been remarkable.
Remarkable indeed. You can see there the ball up for Sarabjit Ladda, and you gotta love his teammates telling him, you gotta get out into the dugout first, and handshakes all around. All around win for the Baltimore Royals. Impressive, to say the least, here at Church Street Park. We appreciate you guys for tuning in and joining us here at Church Street Park for the entire weekend and joining us for all of this coverage that we have. It's been a fantastic tale here, the 2023 Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship, and we'll be back next week. For myself, for Nate Hayes, for Bobber Briggs, for Aaron Butta, and for Tushar, the entire crew, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much. We'll see you back here at Church Street Park next week.
Really good Powerplay bowling spells.
Down the leg side, I think it's come off of something. Yeah, Mito Patel is walking. There was a definite Full and straight again. Has he cleaned him up? He has. He's gone through Hito Leslie, who's going to be really disappointed with that. As straight as you like. It's a you miss, I hit situation. And go through amongst the wickets again. Pushed into the onside. He'll pick up a single in his very first, and he'll pick up 4. Really well played. Played it into the gap. That's a brilliant start there for Dimitri Adams. Moving away. Caused some problems for me to put down the previous over. Caused some problems. Big shout. Big shout. Big shout. Says no. Says no. I think maybe going down leg. Derval Green in real disbelief from umpire Alvin Barnett. Smile as he walks back to his mark. Backward length, off an edge, just over the outstretched arms of the keeper. Nearly a phenomenal catch, and Dimitri Adams, I don't think he was looking to play it at all. Cut.
Dropped. Put down.
Put down. Put him down. Nearly number 3 for Gothra. In the air. Cries of catch it, but it's going to be well placed. It's running all the way to the boundary rope. Malhotra gives chase and keeps it away. Real good work out there on the boundary.
I think we're going to see a steady dose of it.
Hit down the ground. Cries of catch it, but again, well placed. This time struck even better. That one's gone all the way for 6. A much needed sign for Nasser Ahmed and the Orlando Galaxy. Gets on this one. It'll be runs. I think it'll be 4 of them. Really nice shot. Over covers. Just missing the length that time. It was wide enough. And finally gets some reward for that swing of his. Nasser Ahmed picks up 4 more.
Great cheers here from Orlando.
Ahmed has been striking the ball. Looks to take it into the onside. Just as you say, that straightens up the line. Now bowling to the field right now is Gothra, and the results in another boundary. Nasser Ahmed getting things going here. We talk about 30s in the power play. We're at 30s.
As I said, it will want to score.
Into the leg side, in the air, away from the fielder, well placed. Pick up a couple more runs. Nasser Ahmed is doing his thing right now, scoring runs and scoring them in a hurry. Now, extra fielder out in the deep on the leg side. Stays low, big shout, big shout. Not given. Bipul Sharma was running off. Can't quite believe that the umpire hasn't raised his finger. And still in disbelief. Talking to every single fielder.
You'll be hard pressed to find a more demonstrative cricketer to do, and he did try to apply them too.
Applying them well, applying them very well. This one's given. This one's given. It's been tough to get the umpires to raise the finger. This one turned back plenty. Caught Dimitri Adams on the back foot.
In front of those stumps.
Hit the pad again. He's celebrating. He's celebrating. Finger goes up. There's blood in the water. And Sarabjit Ludda smelled it, and he's pouncing on the batters. Finest, folks. Sweep. That looks good. That looks good. Given. We told you. We said, Nate, if it's full, I don't think you can keep the sweep shot out of Trigar. And there you go. Back to back. That's 3 in the over. That's 2 and 2. Sarabjit Ludda. Got him, swung all around it. It was a short ball that didn't jump. And there you go, he's off to the races. That's a hat trick for Sarabjit Ludda, and he can't quite believe it. He's ecstatic with himself. The major leaguer proving his worth. That's 3 wickets, that's 4 in the over. That's a hat trick for Sarabjit Ludda.
This is just incredible stuff right here from Londa.
Take a wicket. Nasser Ahmed is going to face him. And goes for the wicket straight away. Chance of a run out. Direct hit. Given. Another one falls. That's 4 in a row, Nate. 4 in a row. A hat trick, and now the ball in hand. Yeah, that's out.
God.
That one's got to be. That one's got to be. It is. It looked plumb in front. Really no question for me. Sarabjit Ludda, the googly this time. He's got through Nasser Ahmed.
Oh, 100%. And then here we see a 4.
Yeah, gets it short, pulled into the leg side, and that they can hold around and stick in the game. There you go. took pace off. Derval Green will get Sarawat. We talked about how that could be a key thing, Nate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Subjit Londa. Now Ravinder Singh. Caught straight to short cover. Really well taken. Seems like it might have just caught him as well. But Buttigut Singh did all the handiwork there. Really well done here for the Baltimore Royals. It's been a complete and all-around showing of dominance. The Orlando Galaxy, they'll be disappointed with what they've done. Jaskar Malhotra, the captain, he'll be ecstatic. Handshakes all around for the Baltimore Royals, and this game decided by that man right there. Sarbjeet Londa, smile on his face, hugs all around, and he deserves them. Fully changed the game with his wickets, his spell, getting admiration from everybody around. Comprehensive win for the Baltimore Royals.
Yes, thanks a lot, mostly to Lada's amazing spell that I don't know if I can find enough words to describe that. I think we need Danny Morrison here right now to just harp on how amazing this was, and just tremendous stuff from Lada, and he's a great.
You're watching the Sunoco Minor League Cricket Championship, brought to you by our 2023 partners.